It means that you the amount that you want, but you will get it in installments monthly, kind of like a bank, like the lender, like you'll become the lender. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, you're looking for somebody to come in like with a bank loan. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, cause cash for 595 is cash, that's a big amount of money. But yeah, I guess somebody coming in with a bank loan. And so I guess you're not in you said 30 days, but you're not really then in a hurry to sell, because a bank loan, it will take them long usually to underwrite it and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like to the bank is going to take them a little while. Sometimes they get approved. So if you a down payment on it and then close quickly, pay closing costs, things like that. That's something that you would not think about. Yeah, it's the best position to be in, really. That's what banks do. Banks never hold the property, right? No. That's that's why I was asking, like, if you don't sell what you would do with the property, you would just keep it. Right, but they would have to get approved by a bank. I don't have to get approved by a bank. Like they themselves will have to go to a bank and get approved and see if the credit works. But and most people that go for a loan, like 40% don't get approved. So you run a little bit of that risk, which is fine. But you know, anyway, Samuel, is it okay then if I just call you in about a month, see if everything has moved along? Hopefully you sold, and if not, maybe you and I could work something out. Is that okay? Okay, Samuel. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Bye bye. Wow, that phone call started rough.
Yeah, man. You
At
did
the end,
great.
it got a little bit better, but it started.
You actually did so much better than I'm gonna give it that comment, and I'm gonna basically gotta go. So the good first. Loved it when you kind of paused. You're like, oh, what if you don't sell or something like that, and you had a pause. So that was really great. You kind of like talked about it. Also, beginning, it was kind of, I felt like you were pausing.
Yeah, I was reaching for questions that had nothing to do with. I was trying to reach for questions, which is not good.
You told him, "Oh, thank you for your service," and you didn't even get him a chance to say you're welcome. I was like, all right.
Now I'm on to the next, my nigga.
You were not sincere about that, right? And initially, when you started, you kind of jumped into the question like, why you think about selling, and that he kind of felt like an offensive way, So that was like one of the first opening conversations.
Yeah, my intro was really rough.
Yeah.
Just like jumping into why are you selling? I know when I did, I was like, there's something I miss in between there.
Yeah. 10%. This one.
So Lex,
what happened to smoke detector?
cooking, man.
Somebody.
I know with our smoke detectors, that happens all the time with ours.
I was
10%.
listen, do your thing. I'm gonna go and I'll call you back. Okay?
Huh?
I'll call you back.
Okay, okay.
On your cell phone to give you the feedback. Okay?
Okay.
Appreciate your time. I'll call
Hear me
you.
now? Okay. Huh? Joseph and Natiro here.
what's up,
I
bud?
guess, but no, I think it was Keston that invited him. So I met him here on the virtual office. So we were just giving each other feedback and giving each other support in the calls, and we're getting better. Like Joseph has improved, like Mina has improved. It was like nervous. Joseph has improved a lot, and I've even improved a lot. I can't wait for Monique to come one day. I told Monique, I'm like, and then he's going away again. I'm like, fuck. He's going somewhere else, like he's going camping now, something like that. It's crazy. Who, Monique? In DC. He lives in Virginia, in the border of DC. He's right there. He has a government job. He has a government job. He has clearance. He does like things. He works for like I think a company that I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's weapons or something like that, but he has like a clearance where he does a lot of back end computer stuff. Security, he does security, yeah. Internet security, that's what I like weapons. Like Monique is Tony Stark. Or 5'1" of him. He reminds me of David Miscavige, Monique, because he's short, but he has a lot of bang for the buck. Right?
Is Natiro there?
He's there, but he hasn't said anything.
Yo, Lex. Hey. Can you hear me? No.
Hello.
What's up?
Yo, so Mina.
Sorry about that. So real quick, you kind of like started from the beginning. Hey, why do you think about selling? If you kind of felt like you're being short trying to get the down his price.
Too salesy, right?
Yeah, so and then you said, oh, it's okay with you, and you had a lot of positive there. Which overall, then you kind of think yourself. I was listening to TTP, basically like his way of intro because you're basically. So we're initially like basically doing phone calls, so it's a different conversation that creative finance doesn't teach you.
Yeah.
So I kind of listen. I have my own main mention. Kind of like the order is basically, hey, this blah blah blah. Then first, tell me about the condition. Tell me more about the house. This way you get them to talk.
For Facebook?
Yeah, initially.
Okay.
Then you talk about the timeline. So like the price of life, this way you get more idea of maybe why it's selling.
Right.
Then you kind of go in there and it's fine. Oh, like you had a great history with the house. Looks like you have a lot of make your money for the house, whatever. And what made you consider selling the price of the time?
Oh, so motivation is not first, because we do when we're doing stuff too is motivation, timeline, condition, price. But you're saying go condition, timeline, then throw in like the motivation and then price.
Yeah, I feel it's a little bit better this way. Just this way, you're not like trying to get an attack. You want to say it's this way possible.
Right.
And then you kind of get as much information. That this way they're talking more. You saw when you asked them, oh, what makes you want to sell? It's like you felt really awkward, right?
Yeah, that was super awkward.
It was super awkward.
Yeah.
Try it that way, and then see, and then kind of like, oh, okay. And then the way I feel do it is like go, like give them like actual cash price because that's what they want. And be like, hey, I'm not trying to insult you. Better. I can pay you more if you accept terms.
Right.
Even before that, I think you want a high price, why don't you list it? And then they tell you, well, I'm a last agent, blah, blah, costs money. So listen, I'll save you the hassle and trouble going to the agent and whatever. Give you the price you want. They say no. So then I can tell you what, I'll call you or two, and then let me know. Maybe it's right now, say now, but maybe later it is. If somebody doesn't give you the price you want, I will give it to you. That's what I'm going to do.
Right. Okay, cool.
So when he,
I'll take that to mind. So
You can tell me if I'm wrong or not, or you give a different way as well.
no, yeah, for sure. That's that's what we're here for, And I appreciate the feedback. I take it and I think about it, and I take the things that I'm comfortable with, and the other ones, that's what advice is for, right? Like, so we gotta at the end kind of make our own decision on it. But I do appreciate when you and Natero give me feedback too.
It's interesting because you could be somebody else's best advice, but when it comes to the thing that you're on, it's just difficult.
Yeah, no, I understand. Like if you're on the phone, me and Natero could jump in like, oh man, I would have done this and I would have done that. But when you're on the phone, it's just different. Yeah. But eventually, the thing with that is like where we're on the, because even now, when I'm on the phone calls, I know when I'm doing wrong when I'm doing it. It's just like I'm not yet to the point where I'm like, I'm not playing 2D chess or 3D chess yet. I'm still playing like checkers, but I'm starting to notice some things when I'm on the phone. That's why I might start rough, but then I kind of save it and I go smooth. Before I would just be all, if anything, will get worse. So. All right, bro. Yeah, man. Happy birthday. Enjoy your birthday, and I'll see you Monday. Okay. It's his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Mina. Have a great birthday.
I really appreciate it. Let's make the dream happen together, guys. Let's do this.
All right. See you, brother.
Let's get this money.
Yes. See you Monday, guys. Bye.
Bye. Let's go get this money. Honey.
Yo.
I'm proud of you. You showed up today, even though you didn't want to.
I never want to. Scary. Everybody that calls, even Pace, gets nervous. He said it himself.
Saying, like, I'm just proud of you because you're persevering. You're still going.
It's the courage to continue that counts.
That's true.
Please leave a message regarding property at 806 124.
And then 500. Let's
Yeah. Yeah. What do you want me to do? One has the red one?
finance.
The blue, oh, the blue.
Yeah. That's down.
I thought about it, I was like, that's really, it's bien pesado, because I would have gotten really fucking heated if somebody would have done that. No, that wasn't my intention. Believe me, I thought about it, I was like, no, I would be really pissed if somebody did that. No, I checked it, I checked the meanness. I didn't do it, you would have known if I would have not said it.
Honey, what are you up to tonight? You still calling?
Yeah. Why, she needs to get one? No one's picking up on the 4-7, owner zone.
Probably because they're like, it's fucking holiday weekend.
I know, yeah, that could be, a lot of people might be away.
Right now, they're probably.
Yeah, I think that's why no one's picking up.
That's why everybody's saying like, broken hands, like you got the 3 years in and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Closing costs.
What?
Be careful with one.
Why? I steal you?
He tried to grab my hand.
Oh shit. Oh my god.
See if they cookies. Better hide that shit. Better hide that shit.
They're good cookies?
Oh, don't tell him.
And
Yeah. You act like.
Yes, hi. My name is Lex. How are you doing?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Hi, my name is Lex. How are you doing? All right. I work for an investor who's buying properties in the area. And
I'm sorry, I'm having a real tough time hearing you, but. So,
Yeah.
go ahead.
yeah, did you get at least my name?
Yeah, but I forget.
My name is Lex. I'm calling because you have the property here in Norwood Village.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So and I'm sorry. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Are you a realtor?
No, I'm not. I work for an investor who buys properties, and that's why I'm calling.
Okay, very good.
Okay. Is this a good time to talk?
I've had more realtors, I've had 10 times more realtors than people on the property front, so it's getting a little old between the messages and the
Yeah.
emails and the calls and everything else. So
Yeah, that's the thing when you put something on Zillow, it's something that you have to prepare yourself for because you're going to
which
have.
is fine, but just I'm out heavy dinner, so I don't want to deal with another realtor. So okay, so you're
Gotcha.
an investment group.
Yes. And is this a good time to talk for you? I definitely don't want to bother you if you're at dinner with your family.
I mean, for a little bit, sure.
Okay, great. Okay, and I'm sorry. What was your name? Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
That's great.
Greg. Oh, Greg. Okay, how's your day going so far, Greg?
Okay,
Okay, great.
tell me what you want.
Yeah, I just want to know a little bit more information about the property, condition, stuff like that.
It's in great condition. I think you can see from the pictures that
It looks good.
we keep up. I do every other, spring and fall. I do maintenance on the air conditioner. Make sure I get that taken care of. While we were there over the last 10 years, do hot water tank. When we bought the house about 10 years ago, the roof was brand new, the fence was new. So there's a lot of things that are aging now, but they're still in good shape. We still keep it all up.
Right. Okay. So you kept kept in good condition, but it's original also.
Yeah, my
Correct.
wife runs maintenance, my wife's interior design, so the two of us, one or the other isn't going to let the house aggravate too much.
Right. Got it. And was this a rental for you guys, or was it your primary?
I'm sorry?
Was this like your primary home, or was it a rental?
Yes. I mean, we've had renters in there, but, so.
Right.
You ask a lot of questions. Do me a favor.
Sure.
Go to my email address, write down the questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. If you want to set up an appointment, email me. We'll get together and show you the house.
Sure, I would love to do that. But before we come to an agreement on an offer, we would like to know if we're close on price if we do the homework of going through with the comparables and things like that.
Do me a favor, sir.
Yeah.
Email me. I'm in no hurry to sell the house, obviously.
Gotcha.
Yeah, give me an email, and then I'll have your name. I'll have your company. I'll have everything. I can trust that I'm actually working with somebody that's not a realtor.
Gotcha. Okay, and then I'll follow up with you. Okay. Thank you, Greg. Oh, I had a couple of minutes, but no couple of minutes.
I don't know if he mentioned like anything, but it sounds to me like he's had people rent and he's had a bad experience.
That's what I was gonna ask him next. I was gonna say like, well, you had to rent it. Why don't you rent it again?
Right, I would would have led with that. Like I would have continued to talk to him about it, like what happened.
That was my yeah.
It sounds to me like you had a bad experience. What happened with the renters you had in there?
Yeah, that was my next question. If it's so easy, why don't you do it? No, I'm kidding. You're just there, lounging on the fucking floor. No, that's good, but that was seriously, it's good that you said that, you gave me that feedback, because that was the next, as soon as, now I'm catching when somebody says, yeah, I have renters there, but I go right away, oh, how come you have renters, how come you don't rent it again?
they have to, like, you almost have to, like, if the people throw out information, you have to take that information and go, like, well, tell me more about that, you know, like, oh, I thought you were a person asking to rent the place, and it's like, oh, no, I know, but, now that we're talking about it, what happened, you know, like,
Right,
like you had that experience,
right.
you know, you can say, like, I'm an investor, I wanna purchase property, but, I mean, it sounds to me like, maybe I'm not interested in buying your property, like, that happened, you know what I mean?
What? Say that again?
Like, I don't know if I should be interested in buying your property. Like, what happened with the property? Did they trash it?
Yeah, yeah.
You
And
know?
that's what I'm trying to see with asking hard questions. It's like, well, why are you asking so many questions? Well, I'm planning to buy a property, and buying a property is not like just like buying, just anything. It's a big lump sum of money that I'm going to give in a short period of time. So I would like to know a little bit more about it,
Right.
because it's kind of the truth. Now I'm starting to be a little more assertive. That's what I'm trying to build now, a little more assertive, and remember what questions to ask. Because in the midst of everything, I like kind of black out and I forget the questions. So, but the more I do this, the better I get. But I notice that I do worse when I'm not role playing. If I'm not role playing the Daily Down in the morning, like this week, I regressed a little bit because I haven't been role playing with Manif.
Right.
So role playing with Manif is really important for me.
Yeah. So you need to.
Yeah. I try to do it with Natiro, but he just screams at me all the time. He's like, "Yo, Natiro is so mean." No, Natiro.
Oh, really?
Oh, Natiro's mean.
You're lying.
No, not Mina. Mina's nice, but Natiro's really, really
he
bad.
He is so sweet. I don't know.
He
what the
screams
fuck
at me.
you're
He's like,
talking about.
Lex,
What are you
you're.
talking about?
Oh, you should see him. You don't know him well. He's like, Lex, you fucked up. That sucked. You should not say that. He thinks he's like so good on phone calls. I'm trying to bring him out here.
Because you have yourself. You're mean.
No, Natiro's cool. I'm just trying to bring him out because I think he unmuted himself now.
Lex-
I think I brought him out. Natiro, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? You probably your volume is messed up.
Fuck you then.
Oh, my volume. Okay, hello, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
You're trying to get my response?
What a meanie pants that woman is.
I was telling my wife that you mean.
Instigator.
Dude, that was a nice call, dude. I mean,
Thank you. He's actually very supportive.
yeah.
That's why I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. I think maybe just like try this on your next call. Try muting and then repeating what he said and kind of hear it back. Try that. I think because I think in general, dude, it's just practice and all that.
Yeah.
But you, I don't want to give you mean criticism because you already said I'm mean, so I'll give you.
I don't want to give you mean criticism because you already said I'm mean. So
Yo, don't listen to him, Tiro. It's okay. You can be mean to him.
my wife didn't believe me. My brother and wife said, "No, we talked to him. He was nice."
Dude,
Go
it was
ahead.
good.
Go ahead. No kidding.
No, just you asked a lot. Can I ask you this question? Is this a good time? I guess you just go on and ask. I would say that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, just try maybe muting and then repeating what he said, and then that's how I do it. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Try that in the next call.
Okay.
This shit, like, the morning is constant. It's stressful.
Oh, because it's a loose shirt. Es lo que se quiere encuerar ahora. De que déjame quitarme la camisa. Toma, mira. Este pechazo que yo tengo. He is 5, yeah. Why? You gotta start what? His name is Greg, and he said to email me. See, this is the person I could send the letter that Pace has, which is the
Mm-hmm.
letter of sensitive money information, so that he could know he's not dealing with a realtor.
How do you want to know that?
Well, it's for the law. If I was, I have to say, yeah, Mama, I'm a
Mhm.
real estate agent, but I'm just calling you about the property for myself. I'm just calling it an
Right.
investment. That's why I don't want to get my my license. I want you to get it because I don't want to say, like, yeah, I'm an agent. I just want to go like, no, I'm not an agent. Thank God, no. Name is correct and said information so that you can know he's not dealing with a realtor and I'm legit. He was at dinner at the moment with his wifey, with the boss. Yeah,
Having dinner with his wife.
he was having dinner with his wife.
How dare you? Weekend.
I asked him if he had a couple of minutes. He said, "Yeah, there was this guy the other day I cussed him. He said he was asking about the price, like, oh, if you come right now, I'll, you could take, because what's that price? I said anything's for sale for a good price, and even he said even my wife, he says, and so oh, what price is that? He goes 0. He tells Gaston.
That's how nice.
That was fucking funny.
That's fucked up.
I know, but it was funny. You think it's fucked up because you're a wife, you're someone's wife.
What did Kesson say?
We all laughed. He was laughing. It's funny, but the guy said 0 for his wife.
How much would I be?
There's no buying you at all. There's no money that could buy you. You're way too valuable for me.
I wonder what you say behind my back.
Behind your back, I say like 250,000.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And I'm kidding, baby. 250,000 is nothing nowadays. That's nothing.
Can't even buy a house anymore.
Can't even buy a fucking house with that. You remember that movie, Indecent Proposal with Demi Moore? That Robert Redford was like a rich guy and he offered them $1 million to sleep with her, and he does. And then him and her go through. You never seen that movie? It's crazy. At the end, he gets, as a husband, he gets kind of jealous about it. I don't remember the movie. I remember vaguely because I didn't know that much English at that moment, so I didn't know what was going on. I just know there was some sex going on and something money related. But my English was no good. I didn't know English till the age of
Is
like
the
10.
church still there?
Really?
No, to the age of 11, I didn't know English.
Jesus, perfect.
My English is pretty good now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
I have now better English and grammar and spelling than a lot of people that, and you grew up here. It's the school system. It sucks over here.
That's how veggie stew I made.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm gonna make for the week. To take to work. Instead of a salad. Because the salad was starting to make me feel sick.
Well, you right over
Did Natira leave?
No, he's there. Natira, he mutes himself. Natira has too much power. He can do whatever he wants, and he can mute us, mute himself, listen to us. He could turn our computers. No, but he's the monitor, so he can do that. Yeah.
Oh.
Me and Mina were saying the other day, like Natira has way too much power, and Mina was like, "That's fucking unacceptable."
Because he can control the Zoom.
He can control
So
the Zoom.
everybody's getting jealous.
Yeah, everybody's getting jealous of
Because
Natira.
Natira is like the sweetest person on there, so that's probably why he got it. Everybody else is just hating on Natira.
We all hate him on Natira. No, because no, this is Keston's Zoom. but he let Nitiro be the monitor.
Right, because
Natira's like probably after Keston is like the most trustworthy out of the group.
Nitiro's most trustworthy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like with you would be fucking with everybody. Everybody knows that already. You're the clown.
No, but they all like having fun. They're all light-hearted people.
they all like party people.
Light-hearted people.
No, I know they are ish. Okay.
But I think Nitiro has a lot of screening again. That's crazy. We came into Florida right on rainy season. Okay. Single family, fully renovated house, new roof.
You were cool.
Because I was working with
I smell. I took a shower today. Yeah. Which is... Hi, my name is Lex. How are you doing? Good, good. Calling because you have a for sale by owner up on Zillow in East Millerland, and just wanted to ask you: Are you an investor? Like well, I guess my question is: Are you looking for more properties?
I'm looking for.
Are you looking to buy more properties like the one that you have? Because I see that you renovated. Is it something that you do? Are you like a fix and flipper?
No, I'm not sure if I want to do that anymore. I used to.
Okay. Why? Why are you stopping?
Do you have something in the area?
Yeah, I might have. I usually come across properties, not at the moment, but I do come across properties that are on the market, off market, and on the market value. Yeah.
No, I don't think I want to do it. I don't want to do that anymore.
Why not? This is a good business. What
I
happened?
just don't want to do it. I just feel like not doing it. I don't know why.
What are you gonna do if you don't do this then?
I don't know. What's up? What do you call me for? Is that what you call me for? To ask me questions?
Well, I wanted to see if we could work together and I could bring you properties, if you're still doing it. But and just asking the rest, just asking a question as a human being to see why you're stopping, since it's a good business.
No, I just don't feel like doing it. That's all.
I get you. All righty, well, I appreciate your time anyways. Bye.
he felt so offensive.
Who?
He was defensive.
Who, me?
He felt so offensive.
I wasn't the offensive?
No, he felt offensive.
Offended.
Yes, he felt so offended.
Offended that I was asking a question?
Yeah, because something happened that he doesn't want to talk about.
Yeah, there's something there. I just want to do it. I just want to do it no more. Where's the question? Yeah.
Resuscitate.
But next time, since
Yo, what did you call him about?
I called them about a property that he has remodeled on Zillow.
Okay. Is it for
It's for sale, yeah. I wanted to see if it was a cash buyer, and then I'll call him eventually to see if he's selling.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That was good. I guess maybe he just didn't know who was calling him. I was like, why are you asking me all these questions?
But he told them.
I told him. I told him why.
Why?
I guess maybe it's just the guy, maybe.
Yeah, it's just a guy. Even when I asked him like, oh, why are you, when he said, oh, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. He told me, he gave me information. Because I said, are you a buyer? You still looking for properties? And if he would have said like, no, I'm not looking for properties, but he told me, no, I'm not looking for any more property. I'm not doing that anymore. So I was like, wow, that was a lot of emotion behind that. So I said, oh, why? Why are you stopping? And it was like, well, I'm not doing it anymore. It's like, oh, but why? I said,
why? Here's what maybe I would have said, like, is this your last property you're remodeling? you know, the one you're asking about, and then he would have tell you a little bit more, maybe. Da 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 da. Yeah, this is my last property. I'm stopping the business. Oh, cool. Interesting. But again, I
Yeah,
think
but okay,
he's just
interesting.
the
But then
guy.
a question: Why? Yeah, it's just he has something. He has some pain going on. Something happened because he got very emotional when I said, "Why are you stopping?" Oh, because I don't want to do it anymore. So poor guy has something that happened to him. Something
Maybe
happened.
asking, did you get burned out and all that? What have asked him?
He got so emotional that I forgot to ask him anything more. I was like, I don't want to push anymore. I was just like, I'm just asking you because he said, why are you calling me for? What do you, I said, oh, because, I wanted to see if we could work together. And the rest of the question, just ask me a question as a human being. I wanted to know what's going on.
Cool.
And then he calmed down a little bit. So I wanted to let it go with that. Like, okay, well, I appreciate
Good.
you.
I think you got him talking, so that was good. But I would just say the only thing I would say again is just try to give him like 5 seconds before you reply. And
I'm talking too fast.
I I don't know. Maybe I think some people talk that way and it works. But I talk like I kind of try to mute and let the person talk everything that they have to say, and I wait a
Right.
little bit and then I respond.
Yeah, my thing is that I talk fast and I cut people off.
But that's
And
good.
that-
That's your
yeah.
way.
Yeah, I'm doing better though. I was
That's
worse.
not good. Nitira, don't encourage him. Don't encourage him. That's not a good thing.
She
Yeah,
wants,
but
to treat me mean.
I would say just mute for some time, like while you're on the phone, just mute when he talks, then wait for a
Yeah.
little bit till it's finished, then talk again.
Okay.
It might help.
Okay.
Go on,
It
man.
might be that you should try it.
Yeah, he told me before, like just mute. Like I haven't talking, I just mute myself, so I don't speak.
Yeah.
You know. But that's the pineapple one. Yeah, let me try it. It's good. Chapels.
One doesn't care.
No, he doesn't.
Oh. Yeah, I like this. I'm not here.
Talking to somebody in third person. Yeah, have you seen Juan lately? That's something he does.
It's like Colleen said. You only have 2 weeks straight.
She said that.
She's had 2
Colleen?
weeks straight.
What's her name?
Colleen?
Not Dominican. Colleen. And we'll say, what is it? Colleen, come here. And we go, come here. Colleen, come here. Colleen. You know the machetes? You know that you cut down like, when you go in the country, you don't know that you're mad white. You never lived that life. You didn't live the thorough life. Oh, but Juan, if anything, you did. Juan did.
Yeah.
Juan is the white person here. You and I, we actually live in third world countries.
Yeah, but
No, Juan, you grew up with a silver spoon.
You need to role play, you can play with us. But I'm gonna have to ask you a favor.
Yeah, I'm gonna end off now. I'm gonna end off it with the win. I got this guy to talk a little bit more. I need to give myself a little bit of love too. I have to go to jiu-jitsu. I'm planning to go to jiu-jitsu on Tuesday again. Getting this. Got it.
There's at the park this afternoon, when I went to walk with Lucy by myself.
No.
There's his dad with his 2 daughters playing. I guess he was training them.
With the white girls,
Yeah.
they ain't gonna go nowhere. White man can't jump.
She was actually pretty good.
Yeah, you know. If she does a lot of work, she might be like, she might be in the bench, like as a sack, what is it? Who's the bench? Like the second players? This is the start team, the people that start the game, and then there's the in the bench. Yeah, she might make the bench. Yeah. When everybody gets tired, he's a couple of I'm sorry. I'm an asshole. I'm sorry. I know, I'm sorry.
After you
Alright, let me-
help yourself, can you help me?
Let me tell the stuff.
Isn't your work? Is another job?
I don't know if he has another job. Nitira, do you have another job aside from doing real estate?
Yeah, part-time.
What do you
Part-time?
do?
Amazon.
Amazon, like deliveries?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Like, how is it? If you don't mind me asking, I'm sorry. I don't need to like.
I mind you asking.
Okay, no problem. Then you can keep your information to yourself. I'm not offended. I'm really nosy. My husband is mean.
Oh my god. You see, I told you he's mean.
Dude, I'm just joking. Go ahead. I mean, ask. There's nothing to hide.
No, but some people don't like to talk about personal stuff, you know. So,
Ah,
There you go.
no, I mean, how is it? How is it doing that? Like working for Amazon? For some reason, I always hear horror stories. Is it as bad as everybody says?
I don't know really because I'm just a driver. I just drive, delivering packages. I guess because people are what they do complain is that there is like work overload, so you have a lot to do than what you can handle. I guess that's what I heard of that before I joined Amazon and all of that. But I mean, it's normal. I think it's on the driving side. I think you just pick up packages, deliver packages, and that's all. Nothing.
So it's not as not bad as what you do, is what you're saying. Like you don't feel that whatever they talk about.
I kind of understand because I'm guessing and up to this point because I do it part time basically like I do it for like 3 hours just to pay the bills and all of that and I don't experience the intensity as much as the people who actually work on Amazon, so that's one thing.
Oh,
But
okay.
like I kind of get the feeling because I think that complaint was like 2 years or something like that. And at that point they've probably like done all the stuff to make sure that like that image is how can I say it? They've tried to solve it in a sense, but I can
Yeah.
feel it because they have all these timers when you're working as a driver.
Yeah.
Like you have to complete package within this certain amount of time. I guess that's the pressure that you feel apart from other. Yeah, so you have to like kind of push yourself to do a lot.
Oh, I get it. And how is it? So you're able to survive on a part-time job and like between doing that and doing this? Like how sorry. Diana, my husband's always telling me stop asking people about
Dude,
their
you gotta.
money and how they're able to pay for stuff.
No. I love that.
I should have her ask acquisitions. Yes, good questions.
Yeah, so that's I love that. I mean, that's the way you get deals, right?
Yeah.
You're never gonna get anywhere without asking. You gotta ask the hard questions. So, how do I survive? I mean, I survive. I kind of lowered all my expenses. So my main, like the picture of how can I'm gonna give you a short answer in kind of of my whole life and all this. Basically, I came here 2 years ago in United States. So,
Wow.
no, not 2 years. Sorry, it's been 4 years. My bad. 4 years, 4 to 5 years, and I was a student transferred here to school to study here, and then and then I thought that school won't work. I mean, I loved school. I'm tech and all that. That's why I'm in San Francisco, and I was gonna pursue that, and I'm still looking to pursue that. But I was like, here's more of money than education, kinda. So I kind of mixed business with education, and I was like, let me do business first and make sure everything goes right before I go to education. And
Right.
yeah, so I
Very smart.
started working at a restaurant, and then I stopped working at a restaurant about a year ago or so, a year and a half. And
Okay.
the reason I stopped all that is because I realized that restaurant is just the machine. Basically, you're working on the machine. There's no way you're going like it's
There's
just
nowhere
not.
to go.
There's no way to go. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you just cover your bills and then do the same thing again and again. There's no improvement of skill in other sense too. You'll be doing the same job. And
Yeah.
the reason I went to restaurant is that I was like, okay, so let me try starting because let me try a business by going to restaurant and learn what they do and try to replicate that and go somewhere higher and all of that. And I noticed that there's nowhere to go. So I stopped all of that and tried to do businesses. I tried online, then I tried real estate too together. Then I stopped doing restaurant. Then I moved to Amazon and all of the other part-time jobs that they don't require you to be there 9 to 5.
Fine.
So
Yeah.
I did Uber Eats, Instacart, and all of that. I'm still doing all of that, but I moved to Amazon definitely because Amazon is kind of like you get to do it for 2 hours and you get like $100 almost in like two maybe 1 hour if you're so fast. So I mean it's enough. So that way I can focus on real estate
Right.
and then make sure I'm good on real estate. So once I get a deal or two, then I completely forget about the whole other side. So that's kind of
Right.
my plan. And yeah, I'm there right now.
Do you have to use your own truck or your own car to deliver?
It's just a car, my car. Yeah. It's Prius. So it
So
works.
you're an independent contractor then?
Right.
True, true, true. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's right.
Wow. And so you moved. So you've been here for 4 years, and you moved from where exactly?
Tanzania.
I was in Turkey before. I was in Hungary before, and then before Hungary, I was in Turkey. Then before Turkey, I was in Tanzania, which is my home country.
Hungary, how's
Wow. Hungary, Turkey, and Tanzania.
oh wow. But where did you grow up?
Tanzania,
When
Tanzania,
did you
high
went to
school.
Hungary?
Tanzania till high school, then went to Hungary for university and all of that. And sorry, not went to Turkey for university 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
two,
I was
three
gonna
years,
say.
and then
Wow.
the fourth year I went to Hungary for my last year and came here. I mean, I came here
Wow.
as an tourist, but overstayed.
You're in San Francisco.
Does
You
anybody?
Wow.
stayed as a tourist, but you stayed here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he came over as a tourist, but then he decided to stay.
Yeah.
So, like, how was that process? Do you have like a green card, or you're a citizen?
Not yet. Neither of those stuff is yeah.
I just recently got my
problem.
citizenship.
Just I have no
Yeah.
prejudice.
Yeah, I was a resident alien for years, and I just not recently, but I was already.
I was already like, how long have we been married, honey?
we've been
7
married-
years.
Yeah,
7 years.
like
So
7 years
7
ago.
years ago.
but I lived here since I was like 10. Since I was like 10,
Yeah.
and it took me till 7 years ago to get my citizenship.
No, I'm not judging. No, I was just curious, really. I was how, but that's pretty crazy. So do you have family? Are they in like Hungary, Turkey, Tanzania? Like, where's your family?
Tanzania.
Wow. And are they like Nichiro's making it in America? Are they like expecting you to,
I mean,
help them out?
you
Like, how does that work?
you sound like a person from my country, and like my family's neighbor from my country. That's what people are saying. Like Interior is making it, and but like in my family, I think my family are one of the most chilled people. They're really cool.
Yeah.
really.
That's awesome.
They don't. There is no. I don't feel any pressure. I just do whatever I want, and they support me. And it's made me make all this crazy decision because I don't feel any pressure, and I know that I can do it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
awesome.
awesome. It's really nice to have that, and especially in family. I know with Lex and I, we've had pressure to perform and to
Mhm.
always, achieve the goals. And if you're not a doctor or lawyer, then you're nothing. Like
In
we're a
my
little
family,
more
you gotta
high
be a
strung.
lawyer, a doctor, or something. So we're more high strong. Yeah, we have more pressure in the family. Yeah.
Like my dad was always
Yeah.
on me, like, when are you gonna go to
My
college?
dad thought I was gonna do it in a month. Like,
Oh
do you
my
even do it yet,
God.
or are you gonna get a job?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel that because like, but I think I guess you guys are gonna be parents someday, and
Mhm.
hopefully, me too, and whatever. But
Believe me, I'm trying.
yeah, but like I feel like children, because I've kind of I like watching when people are like what happens, and not in a bad way, but I learn from what like I see. I've seen like people were under pressure to perform, especially when I was in high school or in whatever. Most of them, of course, they performed very well during that time, but it was more not from inside, so they couldn't go the long run. And I feel like if somebody doesn't have that pressure and believes that they can do it, I guess the
Yeah.
parents makes them believe that they can do it. Um, they just go a long way. I think so. So I mean, I know you guys
Yeah.
had pressure. It helps. It helps. But I hope like when you have children, just
No, that shit is
No,
could be very
it can be detrimental to the
Yeah.
extent of like,
can make you anxious.
yeah, it can make you very anxious and like always like feeling like you have to do it now. Like, and sometimes, the journey dictates that you are not going to do it right now.
Right. So then you get to believe that
Yeah.
things need to be done fast.
And if it doesn't happen fast, then you give up,
Right.
type thing. Like you shouldn't be doing it if you're not making money right now.
Right. So you want like that instant gratification when
Yeah.
really you should be thinking of like failing forward, trial and error, and keep going moving forward. But if it doesn't happen, our family's like, what happened? What's going on? So you
Yeah.
get kind of like,
And then my dad now is asking me if we need money and shit. Like I'm not like poor.
yeah,
Broke.
my mom
the
and my
street.
aunt, they call me like, hi, me, how you doing? So how's the business? Everything, you're making money? They're trying to do you need to move into our couch or something? Like, yeah.
Like Jesus Christ, like just because we haven't made it in 1 month.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Nitiro, how old are you?
Yeah, I mean, I am 20. I just reached 27, so
really, no freaking way!
he's a
Wow,
baby.
you're a baby.
You're so young, but you got mother smoke behind your ears still.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
I don't know, just came out. I just thought about it.
I don't know. I don't.
I say you got milk behind mother's ear. I'm sorry, Nitiro.
no,
I don't know what that means. I don't know what
I
that
just mean
means.
to say that he's young. He's like a baby still.
Yes. Yeah. Well, he's definitely compared to everybody in this room.
Mm-hmm.
You're how old, honey, again?
I am going to turn 41 in July.
No, in
This
10
month,
days.
in
In
10
10
days.
days. And I'm already 30.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, I'm not that young, really. If you compare it, it just depends on. I feel old, honestly, but I know if I say
Yeah.
that, because I feel like yesterday I was in university and today I'm already like 30. So it's just
Yeah.
the way I view it. But if I say
Yeah.
like, if I say like, I wanted to point out on the part like you guys get all that pressure. It's the same way. Like I feel like whenever you get pressure, there's more like room for you to make mistakes because you're like I have to please them, I have to make them feel good and like that and all of that. And most of like parents, they think like you have to make it right now. Like most of the stuff take like 10 years to build up. It's really like all this real estate and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not a one day thing.
No, it's definitely not like, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are people who are go-getters. They like have no consideration. There's nothing. There's no thought in their mind that it's not gonna work and it's not gonna happen in a month or whatever. And you know, they just go out and they do everything and they get a deal. You know, and you know, my hat's off to them. You know, because they did it and they are able to do it. But for some, you know, it's a lot to do with like your mindset, you know, and you know, Lex and I, we both have mindset issues. So it's taken us, I think, a lot longer to break through, you know, and it's okay. It's I feel like I'm becoming okay with that journey, with that being, you know, taking my time and you know, learning everything and, you know, kind of getting that mindset right because it's really been mostly the mindset that has stopped us. So,
True. I mean, I agree with you. It's not only you guys. Even I was talking to Caston last time. He said the same thing. Like, he's struggling right now. Like, he's made a lot of deals already, but like the shift from making few deals to a lot, he's struggling. Like, can I really do it? And even at my point, I believe like I should have made it like maybe a long time ago, when like 2 years ago or something like that. But the mindset, I was like, okay, can I really stop working at the job and then just start doing this
yeah,
real estate? What if it doesn't work out? What if
right,
what if this
right.
happens? And today it's the same thing. Like, I don't want to make calls really. Like, I don't like making calls.
Yeah,
I'm sure Lex is the same way, but you know,
yeah,
that's I think that's just a mindset thing. You know, like, it's just another person on the next line. And you know that that's the only way to deal. But I don't feel like making it at all. But you know, so
yeah. No, yeah. And I mean, I think that that's part of breaking away from, you know, if we want to be entrepreneurs and we have to break away from that, you know, because people who are poor, they have that mindset that they don't want to do anything. They just want to sit at home and you know the money to roll in without really putting in the work. And, you know, and we're trying to break away from that mindset. We really are when we are breaking away from it because we're now going like, no, we're gonna do everything we can to, you know, whether that means we're on the phones and talking to people every day and or getting you know yelled at and telling you know people telling you to like go fuck yourself and go die somewhere, you know. It's like sometimes you just have to like tell yourself, well, if you want the money, you know, you have to go through the work, and sometimes you have to go through bad experiences, you know.
true.
um
So what you
so
guys? I mean, you guys, do you make calls or only Lex makes calls?
well, I was making calls back like what was that back in February when we were still in New York.
Hmm.
I was on the phone pretty much daily with Lex. And I would I put a few places under contract.
What happened to those?
Well, the one on Himes was like we're literally the day we're supposed to close on it.
Hmm.
The buyer found out that the foundation was totally fucked
Oh shit.
and that he was gonna lose money on it. And he went like, no way am I buying it. So he backed out last minute.
Hmm. But did you do
So
inspection, or was it just because?
yeah, he did an inspection, but the inspection didn't come back with anything.
Huh.
Which was total bullshit because it literally took the inspector like 2 weeks to get in there and do the inspection. Anyways, it was like a whole freaking bullshit. This is how we got into sub 2 actually. It was through this deal. Anyways.
So how did that happen? Was it like then you figured out we need help and stuff like that?
Yeah, so we're like posting it on Facebook because we're like, fuck, we have like 4 days left, our contract is gonna be up, blah blah blah. And so we posted it up and we posted it up, I think, on Creative Financing, and then Pace reached out and went like, you guys, if you guys are like pros and you're legit, you are gonna figure this out in 4 days. And we're like, so we kind of felt like under pressure to like, figure it out.
So did you have like 4 days left on the contract and stuff?
Yeah, on the contract, they had 4 days left. Anyways, we tried to hustle and tried to see if we could find somebody else, but everybody we brought it to was like, no way, Jose, there's no fucking way we're gonna, with the foundation problems, there's no way,
What percentage did you lock it at? 50 or 60 or 70?
No, it was like, I think the resale, the ARV was like 440,000 and we locked it up at 240. But because like 600 square feet of the house was gonna like be gone, like
Why?
completely. It lost value
Oh, because of the foundation or?
because of the foundation.
I see.
So anyway,
Yeah,
so we lost that deal obviously, and it was kind of like a really hard hit for us. We kind of really had a really hard time coming back from that one. We were on another mentorship.
But
And
did you pay anything? Did you have money down and stuff like
oh,
that?
no. That was done by the buyer. The buyer lost like, I think $1,000 or something like
yeah.
that.
So what made you-
To the very last day.
Why made you guys stop on that deal? Because it looks like that was the turning point.
Consistency.
Yeah, it was like, so basically Pace reached out, and then after Pace reached out, then somebody from his office called us.
Oh, really?
And they were like, Pace came to me, he wants you to join the program, blah, 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 because we're like saying that we're part of another mentorship that
Yeah.
just wasn't going anywhere and all that. So anyway,
So Pace had them call me that he wants me on the program, but I didn't have the money at the time. I was like, I'm broke.
yeah, exactly. So we had to wait for like Christmas to come around because his job does bonus, so we could afford.
Wait,
to-
so what job does Lex do? Since he asked me.
I just say pretty and handsome, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my job.
Oh, come on, honey. He was a concierge on the Upper East Side.
Oh,
Manhattan.
cool.
Yeah, in Manhattan.
Nothing fancy. It was kind of like a dead end job. Put it like with you with the restaurant, just you open doors for people, and people don't really know
Sure.
you and treat you like dirt and all the above. Like it's just
Yeah.
a dead end job. And Lex was there, I think, like 20 plus years, 22 years.
22 years?
Yeah.
Wait, how is that possible? I think he was in Italy 7 years ago. So
Well, we got married 7 years ago, and then but he was there way before we even started dating, and he was he was already working there. He started working there apparently when he was 18 years old.
Right.
So it's been a long time.
geez.
Too long.
Okay.
So
I mean, right now you guys, I guess you joined Sub2. I'm just trying to figure it out. You joined Sub2. You moved to Florida.
yeah.
Why move to Florida?
Well, it's kind of a long, like a bit of. It's been my I guess my dream to come back. I lived here when I was very young with my mom. She was doing a training program with my church, and I was about 10 years, like between 8 and 10. We're living here, and I really liked it here. And so, but then my mom she went back to New York. The church she originally was working at was in New York, the branch. Anyway, so.
Did you meet Lex in church?
What's that?
Did you meet Lex in church?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we met at our church. So
Cool.
yeah, I was the receptionist. So yeah, so it's kind of been back and forth with my mom, and so I wanted to come back here. So when Lex and I got married, I started kind of like bringing it up, like, oh, I want to move back to Florida. He was like, oh, okay, whatever, but I can't move. We can't move because of my job. And I was like, well, we can get other jobs.
Mm.
Anyways, that was like over 5 years ago, and I kind of kept bringing it back up over the years, and hey, maybe we can move to Florida. And so like the last year and a half, because of COVID, things like got all like that locked down in the city. He started getting a lot of pressure at work to wear a mask, and he's strongly against the mask and all of that. And then the last straw was his job was like telling him he needed to get the vaccine, and he's strongly against the vaccine. So
Yeah, that's more like Lex.
yeah. Oh, I mean, I am too. Don't get me wrong. I don't believe like I have a lot of problems with the politics in New York, and so we're like, you know what, this is the right time. Let's just, we have a little money saved up. Let's just make the jump to Florida. And then it happened to be that I had convinced my mom to move down already in December, so she was already here, and she had made some friends here. One of her friends asked her like, oh, I have a job, do you think that I'd be interested? So like literally the week 2 weeks before Lex was supposed to leave his job,
Mm.
I came down to Florida for the job interview and all of that. So I got the job here. So it just kind of lined up. Everything was kind of lining up, to move towards here. And I think it was a lot to do with my purpose and my goal to be here too. So, and we're doing real estate investing here. So I felt
And
like
how long ago like you guys started doing real estate again here? Is it
2019, November of 2019, we started.
okay?
So
And is your mom in Florida now?
yeah, she's here. Well, actually, we live with her right now. We're
Oh,
staying with her.
is it a duplex? I usually see her, I think, on one of the daily dives, I think.
Yeah, you'll see her in the kitchen
Awesome.
usually. Yeah, she's it's not a duplex, it's just an apartment, 2-bedroom.
Got it. I mean, so you guys right now, I guess since 2019, have you guys got any deals like closed?
Not at the moment. Wait, don't you guys have?
Yeah, we have something with Nick right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not, to be honest, since I started my job, I have like I was saying, like I was doing calls,
Mhm.
like
February.
in February through April, I was doing calls and I was finding deals. We had another deal in Ybor City, which fell through because it was a church and there was a whole like thing with that. Like the city requires you to follow certain guidelines to rehab the property, and investors weren't interested at the price that I got it at. It was too high. But
What's the
yeah.
challenge? What's the challenge stopping you guys now? Like, what do you think is the thing you need? I think for me, my side, I would say like acquisition.
Yeah.
I'm not so good at that. So
yeah, I don't have a problem. I love talking to people. I've never had a problem talking to people. So like when Lex wanted me to do the follow-ups and stuff, I never minded, like I loved it and people liked me, so it worked out. Yeah, so now Lex is kind of rolling on his own for the most part, because I'm only home on the weekends and then at night.
I guess what would it take for you guys to transition to full real estate?
Well, to full real estate, we would definitely have to get like at least 3 to 4 deals under our belt, so that I can be here permanently.
Like maybe something like something like 10, 15, 20K per month, I guess, per deal.
Yeah, exactly. Like no less than 10K, And from what I understand, you and Lex have a deal going, right?
Yeah, but are you talking about the guy who had a burnt house, right? Yeah. I mean, it's still a follow-up. I think the thing that we're lacking, I don't think we've started marketing yet, because correct me if I'm wrong, Lex, we're just on my side, how I feel what I'm doing right now, it's just practicing how to talk to sellers. It's
Me
not
too.
a real like we haven't started. I guess when we start marketing and all of that and doing follow-ups, it'll be much better.
Yeah, right now we're just practicing because he has leads. We're just calling those, and if something comes out of it, which I believe it can,
No,
and
you
it will.
guys are gonna get something, and that's the thing is like so Lex.
I believe we're gonna get now. I think we're gonna get 1 or 2, 3 deals with this list.
Yeah, and I think that our weakest point, Lex's and I's weakest point, is definitely the back end of the deal, like the contracts and following up, and that kind of stuff. We're really weak on that. Whenever we get a contract, everything else stops.
We baby the deal and everything. That's
Yeah.
that's the problem that we have.
Horrible.
But that sounds like
we
horrible
will,
with that.
we will baby the deal
Horrible.
and everything will stop.
Everything
we had a
stops.
momentum.
And so we had like
That's Rachel
yeah.
Jarvis on it.
Yeah, so that's our problem. Our problem, I don't think, has ever been talking to sellers or putting things under contract. It's been more like we drop everything when we have a deal. It's like nothing else exists.
Yeah.
So that's not a good thing.
Yeah, I get the point. I mean, I understand. And I feel like that's kind of like the other side. Like my strength is on that side, and like if we were to work something out together, like I think it'd be a perfect match. Because I don't want to talk to sellers. You guys are okay with talking to sellers. I love
Yeah,
being
we
on the-
love it.
Yeah, I love talking to people.
Yeah, he loves
I
it.
get nervous and everything, but I'm intrigued by. I'm consumed.
I can feel it.
But, huh?
I can feel it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we love that part of it. Like it's actually one of our favorite parts of the business is that part. We don't like having to write up the contract and like follow up with the sellers. It's like
Yeah.
and to us it's like mind numbing work, and making finding the buyers also is our very most weak point because whenever we got the deals, we didn't have buyers.
How did you guys find buyers the last time? Facebook
We had
or
a buyer.
We had a buyer for the church. The church is what you're talking about?
No,
Or Hines?
the one on Himes, we had a buyer for. The church, we had Jason.
We had Jason had a buyer, but
Yeah.
he wanted it at
And then
150.
the one that I had on Tribly, well, I tried to go with
Oh
Keegley.
no, but that went nowhere. We
Yeah.
didn't have a in Dade City. Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyways,
No, I had Keegley. I was going with Keegley.
no, but Keeley didn't have anybody.
Yeah, didn't find anybody.
Yeah. So yeah, we've had 3 places on a contract.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we're
Yeah.
like really like we can put places under contract. We just
Yeah.
need to have buyers on the list.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
but that
Yeah.
looks like the
Yeah.
easiest part of it. Find buyers. I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think no, it is because I think this is why I
I
want.
disagree.
no,
I
but-
don't like talking to buyers.
When we-
I think they're very
Mean?
stuck up.
Yeah.
My experience has been that they're very stuck up. That's my
Some
experience.
can be, but for me, I think I could get like if you were in acquisitions, I would go into this position with buyers.
I
just
feel
wanna
I
do
feel
it.
the same way too. I feel like if you guys were to work something out, I feel like Lex is more he likes to cut people off. Not in a bad way. Like
What?
and he'll work well with buyers.
I like to cut people off, so I could be very direct with buyers. Yeah, but where you
Yeah.
buying?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
why you be more better at acquisitions? for
Yeah,
talking to people.
I don't do well with buyers. The buyers,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they just step all over me.
I think I should go into finding buyers in this position.
Yeah.
And it should be more with acquisitions.
I want to see what you and Natiro do together. And
Oh.
how if Natiro can if we
Oh,
if we
you want
can
to
all
see? You want to see?
oh wow.
You can
Okay,
see.
he's gonna
We're gonna
replace
put
me.
something on the contract. That's what we're gonna say. No, I'm kidding.
No, I want to see you guys and see how you guys work together. I mean, you guys seem to work very well together.
Dude, I agree.
For
I
sure.
mean, I agree. What I think, so here's my main plan because I'm not doing any marketing. I think Lex is not too. It's just practicing basically. I have, which is good, which is what's important, like talking to fellas and all of that. I have like
Yeah.
1 more week, which I'll keep doing the same thing the next week, and then after that I'll start marketing again. And I think that's a good opportunity. Yesterday I had to call a Zoom with like 7 people who were looking for their next, like they're looking for a group of 5 where they'll do everything together and kind of like split everything. So they'll have one prop stream and split the payment. they'll do like everything together as a group, and like not like one has a monopoly and stuff like that, like equal play. So I was on a Zoom yesterday. They're talking about this whole thing, and it really intrigued me. Um, they're gonna like pull up a list, get a VA to call, but everybody will contribute to pay for the VA, so they'll get leads every day. And that's, I mean, the same thing as we're watching on Zero to Hero, which Lex attends every day. It's like having all those systems together is pretty easy. But doing it with like, if we're like after next week, I'm planning to find somebody to do it with, which I think Lex, like, if you won't be up to it, that's fine. But I think like you can just watch over, and we can like, do something there. Maybe hire a VA. But again, it's like my main issue right now. It's like if I hire a VA, I've hired a VA. I had 4 VAs before, like 2 weeks ago or so, and they bring leads. But if you cannot close them, that's the bad part, and that was
Yeah,
the
that's the
part that I was
problem.
missing. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So I mean, if I'm able to, like, right now, I feel a little bit like way better talking to sellers, so closing deals and all of that. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I think like if Lex is up to it, I mean, we can start actually marketing. If you
Oh,
if you
all right, go ahead.
yeah, if you don't feel like I can start paying, because I know most of the times it comes, I think Lex, you're interested in, it comes to the part of like paying the VAs and all of that. I wanna, like, I can step ahead and pay like until we get a deal, like try to pay for VAs to bring leads and all of that, and then we can work them together. If
But
paying and all.
what's this I want you to hire somebody from, what is this?
Start Virtual?
Start Virtual.
I
Yeah.
don't know if Joe wants to do it, but I think it's a good idea.
I think it's an amazing idea to hire somebody from Start Virtual because of all the bonuses that you get when somebody checking up on them. If there's something wrong and you're not available, there's somebody who will help them, like all of that stuff. I know that it might be probably a little more pricier, but if, I mean, I don't know what your finances look like, but Lex and I could probably sit down and talk about maybe going half seas on something like that.
Yeah, I think that can work. On my part, like, I've never done Start Virtual, and the only reason I wouldn't, so here I'm gonna be upfront honest with you. The only reason I
Yeah.
wouldn't do Start Virtual is the upfront cost of $900, like, but it makes sense because I know the reason.
Yeah.
I've had VAs for almost 2 years, making calls, and what they sold for 2 years, paying 900 is not a problem. So that kind of answers my question, because the main issue it faces with VAs is that now the second run, like the past few months when I had VAs, I had it under an organization, so it was kind of different where they were checking up and all that, but it was not as Start Virtual, because I've seen it live on Zero to Hero. It's kind of different because they actually follow up and they help you on the systems and all of that and batch data. So I mean, if you guys want to do it, I'm all up on it. Like,
I've been
let's do
trying to
it.
convince Lex to do it. I don't know. I know
I wanted to get better on
he
the phones.
wanted to get better on the phones before he did it, and I think he also wanted
So
you were trying to do something else that I don't understand.
yeah, I know Lex brought it up last time, and I didn't like add anything to it because I was planning to do the same thing as Lex, stop for 3 weeks and then practice until we get. So what we can do, I mean, I don't know what Lex, how your plan is like, but we can go for this last week. Next week we can do like a full just on calls with sellers, so it kind of like the last week talking to sellers and practicing and all of that, and then after
Yeah.
this next week we
Yeah.
start talking about getting a VA.
Yeah, I wanted to like go on Zero to Hero, see what they do, and keep calling. And and then after Zero to Hero, I wanted to keep practicing, but start thinking about getting VA to start doing the direct to seller type of marketing, where we get warmer leads and I can call them back. And even if at first we have to pass the leads on to Nick to make some money, it's
True.
it's better to make I know, because I've had that problem where I want to make the 100%, I want to make the whole deal, but at 50% of 100 is still 50, but 50% of zero. It's 40, yeah, 40%. But if you don't make any deal, you can close it. You're gonna make 50% of zero. It's gonna be zero anyways. So even if we have to pass it to Nick while we make some money, that's also a good idea.
Yeah, that's really nice. So I agree with you. Y- yeah, I guess.
Also,
Really,
the other thing that we could do, Nitiro, is that we could contact people from sub two that might have the money and they could get also VAs, and we could call it too.
dude, like
Somebody
all
else.
of
We could
But
get
then
our
that.
own.
it would have to be split three
Wait,
ways.
so we could get our own. Yeah, we could get our own VAs. True.
It's not. I think it doesn't even. It's not a problem because if VAs, the only thing is here. Here's the only challenge because I've had VAs for almost like a year and a half. Um, the only challenge is this: if you don't close those deals,
Mm-hmm.
you will have a burnout.
You have a
And
what?
Burnout.
And the reason it will be like you'll be spending money on all these VAs every single
Mm-hmm.
month, and you won't have anything coming out. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
now at this point, like that's why I'm coming back in like a week. Is like I feel like I have all the pieces together,
Yeah.
and meaning like the systems, the fact that you're in zero to hero, you can see all that. The systems to set up the systems in place and having. I
Right.
think most of in the beginning, like if you want to close deals, I think we just have to partner with people, and that's the way you have to do it. I think like we like I don't know, like
Yeah.
yeah, just pass them
I
to Nick.
agree.
Pass them to Nick. Whenever we have a deal that is promising, pass them to Nick. Nick closes them. We get 40%. We
Yeah.
cover our costs. We get all the.
Also, if you want to, Nitiro, with this deal that we might have with Nick, whatever money we get, because
But
I
that
believe
that one that one doesn't look like a deal, honestly. Lex.
Okay. But let's say we close like one or two deals with your list. We could also take that money and just put it towards the marketing, so starting like VAs and stuff like that. And that one, why do you say that one doesn't look like a deal?
Uh, so okay, I'm gonna answer the before question first. I completely forgot. Yeah, so yeah, on marketing, yeah. So if we added, I don't really, it doesn't really matter to me, as long as the business is going on and there is
Yeah.
revenue to cover the expenses and all that and keep on, because we start at zero, then one, then two, then we keep on making more. So really, to me, it doesn't really bother me that much. And on the question of you, why do I think it's not a deal? Because that the house that he has is a vacant land or burned out house.
Yeah,
And
that's
the
true.
guy at the end of the day, I think they ended up saying that he's going to be a lender, a private money lender. He has other houses, but he didn't
Yeah,
mention them.
I
I don't
think.
know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
He
maybe
has
it's a
all the
long-term
houses.
deal, though.
Yeah. But Nick said that we'll still get paid on those. Did we get paid on those 20 houses? He
Oh
said,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
of
Sorry,
course.
sorry. I mixed up. Yeah. So he has other 20 houses, right?
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a deal probably, but I think it just needs more time because they didn't bring any
Right.
numbers
But it's a
yet.
follow-up. It's a follow-up.
True, 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 true.
Yeah.
That's why I say it's a long-term thing.
He also has a follow-up.
True, true, true. I agree. I think it's just a long-term play. Like it's not
It's a
some.
long-term play.
Yeah, because they have to get all the 20 properties to see how much the guy is willing to sell. And
Yeah.
I think they talked about doing a hybrid, like seller finance and together with
Yeah.
together with cash. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should get like how they did, maybe like one or two VAs and have one do like texting like they're doing.
yeah. But I think a VA for tech, yeah, we can do a VA for texting.
Or it could be where we get one VA and like I could take all the texting.
Yeah, I don't think texting is hard though.
No,
I don't
it's
know.
not that hard. Texting is not that hard.
If because the reason I'm saying like texting VA, I don't think it's because we don't have too much on our plate. Say like,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
We could do stuff too. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll go with the VA actually.
true, true. That's my
Text.
plan. Actually, I'm thinking of the same thing. Like, if you were to get a VA, we can, do cold calls together with the VA. You know,
Yeah.
like the only reason like we would only have only a VA doing everything is at the point where we have a lot of deals to follow up on, a lot of deals to work on that we cannot handle.
Right. Then we get another VA because no, we can't cold call anymore or something like that.
Sure. Sure. I mean, if you want, actually,
So
we can.
Natiro likes the back end, so why doesn't he focus on the back end?
Natiro likes the
How
back end.
many
Yeah.
deals?
Dude, I love the back end. Like,
He loves it. He said. But which back end you talking about, Natiro? Because there's two back ends. I love the back end too. but
All right.
what
you
back end you talking
two.
about?
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
I won't go there. So
I won't go over this.
So, but listen, like the fact, like all the backend stuff where you don't have to worry about talking to sellers. I mean, that's really. I mean, I can set everything up for you if you want to talk to sellers, but you just have to practice a little bit more and all of
Yeah,
that. And I think you love
Yeah.
it. I think Lex, you love it. So I think we're good
I love
ones.
it.
I
Yeah.
think that the real, how can I word this?
Value.
I'm trying to see because remember, like everybody has to date before you figure out if you're a good match, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean me and Natiro will have to date for a while?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
of
are gonna
course.
have to date for a little while and
Yeah.
see how it goes, and it sounds to me like you're gonna have to be the front guy, and the hero would have to be doing the follow-ups, and stuff like
Paperwork
that.
and all of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
setting your schedules, like arranging appointments for you, this time to
Right.
call, making sure that they're
like
available.
you really need somebody like that does that, because I mean, if the deals are gonna start rolling in, right? If their leads are really gonna start rolling in, you're gonna have to be on the phone with the leads.
Yeah.
And then let's say you if the guy says yes, somebody says yes, and the contract has to go, we have no
Right.
clue. We have no clue fucking what contract to use.
Right. I'll be Natiro. This guy
But
send him
that's
the contract.
the easiest part to me. Like I feel that's
But to us, it's like, oh my god, it's pulling hair.
Yeah, I don't like doing that shit.
uh,
I don't like doing it.
So like, it would be best if you were like,
See, and Natiro, he says that backend is easy, but to me it's hard. And he said talking to sellers the hardest, but to me it's easy. And for him it's hard as it works out.
but that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's why I'm like almost saying, like, if he really doesn't like the front end that much, I mean,
I will do it.
yeah,
Mhm.
like,
Yeah, so I think what we can do as a partnership, I think next week we can kind of I'll work with you, Lex, to prep you to be the best talker to sellers and stuff. We do a lot of role plays, we do a lot of
Yeah.
live calls and like correction. I see like da 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 da, and then maybe
Yeah.
by the end of the week you make sure that you're. No, I don't know what you guys' time frame is, but yeah,
well, Lex wants me out of the 9 to 5 by
Love
the end
that.
of the year. That's
Yeah,
what he
even
wants.
before I see it actually. I see it before that.
when
But
is
I
that?
don't
When is
see
it?
I
When
don't
is the
see it
time?
like that.
No, if it's like
Bef-
that perfect.
before the end of the year, by year's end.
Definitely, definitely, and I think we can do it. I think we just need 1 month of like 2 deals per month, like
Yeah.
20K, 10K, 15K per month, like consistently. Like let's say 20 since we're splitting, and let's say 2 deals at 10 or 15K per month consistently. I think
Yeah.
we'll be at a good starting point. Which is not hard. I don't think it's that hard, really.
It's not that hard.
It's not really that hard. It's just that the flow has to go. It
The
has to
flow has to
continue
go.
going.
It has to continue.
It
going.
can't, like, none of it can stop.
Yeah.
True.
Natiro can never have downtime. You can never have downtime.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it has to be like a machine
Yeah.
rolling it
Because
in.
then, if it works out with Natiro, that means you could stay in the back end. If you could come now, you could where you come here, you could move on to acquisitions because you do really good just naturally without no training.
yeah,
You-
and
you-
I think
then
the
I can
same
move on.
thing too.
Yeah, and then I can move on to this position. I could go and start finding more sellers,
Meaning buyers.
buyers. Yeah,
He's talking about buyers.
yeah, I can find buyers.
Yeah, but I think your wife doesn't need to. We have to make this consistent and worthwhile. Meaning,
Right.
like it has
Yeah.
to the numbers have to make sense for her too.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Do
what
the
she said. It
job.
has to be a constant flow. We cannot have downtime.
Right.
It has to be like where we have a machine like it's 0 to hero that they have like the machine is moving. you know?
Right, and there's like literally there's a lead coming on, and there's a place under contract, and so that Nitiro has like at least 3 places that he's following up with.
Right.
You know, and you have continuous leads to follow up with.
Yeah.
You know, like that kind of situation.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm down with it. So I think that the next thing will be like, we need to plan all of this. Like, let's put a plan of like 3 months to make sure, like, when it reaches 3 months, we're able to show a good track record. Like 3
Yeah.
months at maybe 2 deals per month instead, and like that should be the first goal, and maybe backtracking it up with saying like, how do we get there?
Yeah.
We need to have these systems and all of that, which I think is possible. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Let's date. Let's see how it goes. And,
Yeah.
you know, if everybody's still happy at the end, maybe we can all come together,
Yeah, exactly.
you know?
Works
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Nitiro, I mean, it's funny that how did we even get into this conversation? Oh, we were talking about, I asked him about his job.
Yeah, like
Okay.
Asking the hard questions.
she's good at that. She's really good at that. She's very friendly, right? She's very good at that.
Sure.
Anyways, I try not to, like, I've never had a problem asking people questions until I started dating my husband.
Because in my culture, right? People, right, when you ask questions, say, my mom used to be like, don't ask that, you know?
Mhm.
Or you don't ask that, or sit down and shut up. And my mom was very strict, you know, so I kind of grew up with like, you don't ask certain questions, you don't ask people how much they make, you know, for work or
Who they voted for in
Yeah.
in elections. You don't ask all these questions.
But my wife is very good at just communicating.
But to me, it was never a problem. Like my mom never told me to ask questions. Like never said that I shouldn't ask certain questions. So to me, whenever I would ask, like, "Oh, where did you buy that? Oh, how much did you spend on?" It was never something that, yeah, I never saw a problem with it until Lex said, like, "Oh, you don't ask
No, you don't
that."
ask
I'm
that.
like,
What's asking
okay.
that?
Yeah. I guess you grew up more in a different culture than Lex.
Yes, definitely.
No, you know what it is? We
Slightly
grew up in
different.
the same, because she's Puerto Rican, I'm Dominican. We both lived in an island. So her dad is Puerto Rican.
But my
He's like
mom
my
is
family,
German.
but her mom is German. She's a very nurturing person. So she let her since even a baby, she let her just do her thing. Like she could walk on her own. My mom would be like, no, you can't.
You can't leave the house. My mom was always
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, you can leave the house by yourself,"
Yeah.
you know.
And her dad is like that. Her dad is because of the culture, but her mom doesn't. So
I got a mix of both.
she had a mix, but her mom was really always letting her communicate, and she treated her like a grown, you're a child, but you're still a human being. You know, in my culture, it's like when you're a child, you're like almost subhuman. Like you don't have the same rights of an adult. You know, you just do what you're told. So that's kind of where that comes from.
Yeah, dude, it's the same as my culture. My culture, I never knew when was my father or my mother born, what date, or how old they
Yeah.
are. I never asked those questions, how much they make. I never asked any of that. And I
Me too.
mean, just the thought of asking was impossible. But now, like,
Yes.
yeah, I've just known, like, different cultures are different, and some places okay and some places not.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
So you can see why in phone call sometimes when I go like, oh, like even as somebody
You're like,
just
I'm
like,
sorry.
oh, why are you selling? You know, why are you thinking about selling? It's like, yeah, what are you thinking about selling? And it comes off like, people are already like, why are you asking me that? And you start getting nervous, like, oh, because I'm not used to asking those. And I'm learning to do that more because that's what I like doing.
But you have to ask those questions.
You have to.
be okay with
Nick
asking.
Mullen had that problem, and he said, I just started after a while, just started noticing that I started getting used to asking the hard questions. He told me.
Yeah, and
They'll
I think,
come
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
That
you
makes
have to
sense.
ask that.
Something about that.
Yes, I have with my mindset where like you don't ask certain things, like you don't ask somebody their
It's a
age.
no.
Because of my
No.
family, like Natira said, I didn't know how much my mom made. Like you don't ask questions like that. You're just a kid, But you have to learn to ask hard questions.
Yeah,
You know, and very nonchalantly with confidence.
yeah.
Like, hey,
And unless somebody says you don't ask those questions, you'd be like, okay, sorry, and you don't have to tell me.
right, but at least you don't take it personal, like, oh, I'm sorry, I asked, I'm sorry. It's more kind of like, okay, like I get you. It's more like, you know, that it's them getting emotional.
Yeah.
And then like now I'm understanding when somebody responds like that,
Yeah.
they're responding like that because they have some kind of pain behind that.
Yeah.
Not because I did something wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. You know,
Right.
like, oh, I shouldn't have said that because that's how we reacted before. Like, oh, I shouldn't have asked that. You know.
True. That's why it's different. It's different. But it looks like you. So what's you guys' next step? I mean, what's next, Lex?
Our next step is probably to talk about the finances,
Mhm.
right? To talk about how we're able, what we're able to, right, to put in to doing something like
Into the
that.
pot, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
see if it even is gonna work.
Yeah.
You know, like if I can talk to him about like what's happening,
Yeah.
how much we can devote to it, then
And my next step is still what I'm doing now. Is consistency.
yeah.
Helping you with those leads, practicing, role playing, and just staying more consistent with, you know, more consistent throughout my day, like my schedule. You know, keeping a schedule and being consistent.
Yeah. Why don't we start with a free route? How do you think
The
about that?
free route.
Yeah.
Free route.
Yeah. Without
Sure.
spending any money.
What's a free route?
So, there are a couple of ways. I mean, for sell by owner, usually most of the times they ask higher than whatever price they owe. So I would say maybe you know, I have a couple of lists from my old list and all that. You know, you guys have a dialer or no? No.
I have a dialer. Yeah, I have a list and I have a dialer.
Batch
'Cause I was
dialer?
cold calling before this.
Batch dialer?
No, I had IQ dial. That's what I have. IQ dial.
Yeah, so I can give you all my old lists. You know, you can try to redial them. The absentee owner, 25 and more years of age. You can try to start doing a cold call and then we can do it together. So that's the good thing. So we can get on live like this, do it together, and then start from there. You know, you don't have to spend any money.
Yeah, and also we can if we want to do it free too and get VAs, we could also which I was thinking of also contacting people in the sub 2 community where they have money but they don't have time.
That's I feel like it has to be plotted out a little more.
Plot it out a little more with contacting people in sub 2.
Yeah, like understanding how it's gonna be broken up too.
If we take down a deal,
Mm-hmm.
right? 3
Yeah.
ways. They can broken out 3 ways.
Oh yeah, of course it can. Yeah. But that has to be all understood, right? The tier has to understand. You have to understand.
Yeah,
The third
but-
person has to understand.
And then the other thing is, if it's a business together, then you have to talk about what goes for our pay, what goes towards the business, or what percentages go towards
Yeah,
the business,
exactly.
what percentages we can split.
Yeah, that's
There's
there's so much to think about in regards to that. I feel
But
like
once we get there, that's not to think about right now.
Why don't we do this, Lex? Why don't we just go the free route until we get one deal? We commit to going so hard on the free route until we get one deal, and then we use the money from that deal and now hire VA, now hire all of that stuff.
Sure, we could do that.
Yeah. What's your thought? Oh, this is so bad.
Huh?
Yeah.
oh, I feel like I'm trying to think. I'm trying to put my thoughts together.
No. Say it how it is. You don't have to say it to make me feel good. Looks like you're trying to-
No, she's not
No,
that. Believe me, my
I'm-
wife is super
I'm
upfront.
the last
Okay.
person who's
Yeah.
gonna try to make anybody feel good. Okay, yeah, I think right now what's going through my mind is,
I mean,
I
say
would
it how
like-
it is.
I know I'm just trying to formulate my thought. How are the I
How is it
really
gonna be
want Lex to. Well, how are the VAs gonna be paid for? Like, if let's say, like, I really want to get VAs. I've been trying to tell Lex on this for like.
Why
I
don't
don't
we
know.
start ourselves? I think we don't need VAs for
But-
now.
Oh, this is what went through my mind. Okay, when you
Yeah.
guys said this, like to start to go the free route, that's okay. But I realized that beating your head against that wall
Mhm.
is very grueling, and
Okay.
we've been doing that since February and with no results.
I see.
I
see
think
your
that that's
point.
what's going through my head right now is that like it is the free route
Mhm.
and it's okay, but I'm almost like concerned that it's gonna take another 6 months
Got it.
before
Got
we
it.
see
I
anything from it.
I agree with you. I know what you're saying. I know because I've had
Yeah,
VA, so I know what you're saying. And basically, what you're saying is that if you go through that route, you'll be going through the non-important route, like the non-value. There will be no value to us because we'll be just talking to non-interested people. And at the end of the day, we would have spent 6 months not getting anything. Is that kind of the situation?
yes, exactly. Like I don't want to go through another 6 months of not getting like at least a couple of actual leads. Um,
Okay. So why don't we do this then? I think you're right. You're right. And the reason I ever suggested that is that, if we don't have I get your point. So here's your point is like we'll be spending time talking to people who are either wrong number, not interested, all of that for like 6 hours. And at the end of the day, we're tired and we don't have time to talk to actually interested people. So that's the use for VAs. Now, if we were to solve that part, I can get really, I can. So here's the issue. You wanna go start virtual. The only reason for start virtual is the upfront amount, like you have to pay whatever. Why don't we start with the VAs that I have, and then I pay for them, and then we can credit the payment after we get a deal.
I mean, how much like I guess I want to be super upfront. So how much are the VAs that you have?
So the VAs they're at $4 per hour. But here's the thing. So the challenge will be on that is like managing how they do on the calls.
Right.
And so
Exactly.
that's the main challenge of VAs. And like I've done this for 1.5 again. I'm gonna repeat it. That's the main challenge but I've kind of within the time that I've worked all of that, I've kind of pinpoint because I never had such virtual kind of system where somebody's watching all of them. I had to be the manager, so I kind of know where is the problem and how to solve it. So basically, like through that time, the main challenge you face is the part that when they're on wherever they are in Philippines or another country, how do you know that they're calling or not? That's one challenge.
Right.
And then the
Right.
second one is how do you know that when they're talking to the customers or the sellers, they're not saying something that doesn't make any sense. They're not like
Right.
as good as they should be. And the first part that I figured out how to solve the part of them like they're working or not is basically by having Zoom and having rooms on Zoom. So Zoom has a feature called Zoom Rooms where you can create multiple rooms on Zoom and
Yeah.
and then they like share their time that they're calling and you be on the same like it's kind of like we're on the same Zoom, then they'll be on the same Zoom but another room and stuff like that. So that's how you can manage and all that. And then the second part is expectations, having expectations, which I learned from the Zero to Hero, like having daily meetings before and after. And then you go over their calls, what they did wrong and what they can do better. And the third thing that's really important, it's hire fast, fire even faster, and reward the fastest. Like pretty much you hire them. VAs is that's the only deal. You don't want to keep a VA who's you want to hire them fast. They all the same, but at the same
Right.
time, whenever they make a mistake that you see like this, don't waste your time spending like 2 3 days and giving them give them one chance, and after that they do the same thing. Just let them go. And the third thing is that whenever you see a VA doing good, you just have to reward them and either give them bonus and all of that. And then the last time I had VAs, the way I did is like I did like a bonus, so I paid them a base of like $4, and I did a bonus to whoever brought more deals. $50 per week, whoever brought more deals, like the most leads in the week. So, I mean, but still, like I think that's the way we can start it as.
Matt was talking about today, when you give a bonus, they're gonna expect a bonus and they're gonna keep expecting.
Mhm.
So we have to talk more about that too. The bonus, like right now, his VA, there was a deal that they're taking down. I think he's giving the VA $25,
Mhm.
and the person managing $50.
Yeah, but that's the deal. That's the bonus on a deal, right? Is it a bonus when they bring it,
Yeah,
like the deal closes and goes all the way through? Is that kind of
yeah,
thing? But my bonus was mainly like the person who brings more deals, basically a person who talks better to the customers and brings more positive
and
leads,
leads.
more yes leads, gets the most. So it was in that kind of sense, my point.
Right.
Yeah. But again, it's a thought. It's a thought. I know it's like
Yeah, no.
I don't want to put you guys. I mean, going that route of like getting salvation and all of that it's the best route, honestly, because you don't have to worry about all of that. But again, we have time to worry about all of that. Uh, I don't know. I feel like
Well, I want to hear Lex's,
thought.
honey. What, like, yes or no? Is this something you want to do? You need to be in, or because you're the one mostly here. I don't have a say right now. I'm not really here, you know?
Yeah.
So is it something you want to do with Natiro, or do you just want to do the leads that you guys currently have? And, you know, I don't know. I don't really understand.
The
Well,
system.
I want to do the leads that we have now.
Okay.
I think Nitiro, he's a bit concerned with Star Virtual having the $900 up front. I guess he feels that's a lot of money. He's a little more comfortable with having the VAs from the place that he hires. They do bring, like, the leads that we have now is from those uh those VAs. And I think it's just now learning to manage, because you have to do a little bit more work because they don't have a customer relationships person managing them, right? So we could do that and see where it goes. Maybe
Like, do you guys want to go like 2 weeks, see what happens, or like what would be a good amount of time to really determine that?
maybe like a month, because we'll have to get with them in the morning. Like it'll be getting them when the kind of like Zero to Hero is. So you get the then training, but that means that the training we will have to do it ourselves too. Because they don't get any training, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, most of them have already done cold calls, but you wanna
Yeah.
have them do your kind of calls. You wanna have them in like the way you want them to do it. Most of them already
Right.
have talked to, like, most of the cold calls you get, they already have done cold calls before. They were like hired from someone else and stuff like that. So
Right. I mean, we could try that for like a month or so. But I think we take down the deal before then. We should just put somebody to Star Virtual. That's really where I want to go, because they just manage them better. They get training, from them. It's pretty much a script that Pace use,
yeah, I
So I
agree
think,
with you. And plus the fact that whenever their VA has a problem, they have someone to replace them with. So
yeah,
like
right
they have
away
all of that.
yeah, and you could do interview after interview if it doesn't work out. So I think it is more upfront, but it's a better deal as far as the quality, right? And it's like quality over quantity also,
Yeah, plus it's a one-time thing. It's not like you're gonna be paying.
But what's the
Yeah.
one-time fee exactly?
I guess that Nitro said 900.
Yeah, I think it's something like 900 you pay for them to set up the whole thing, and then after you start paying
I think you pay for the training. That's the thing. And is it 900 for one of them?
I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it
This is all information that would have to be gathered.
Right.
Okay.
It might, because you're paying
Can
for the
you
training.
write down these questions, because I'm curious.
So how much does
Also,
it cost?
I don't mind being the one who talks to them either. Like, if I just to ask the question to see, like, well, how much?
What is the upfront cost?
Yeah, and is it for one or two VAs?
Upfront cost.
And then how much is it after that? Like, how much a month?
I think after that is
Yeah.
$6.25 per hour.
Per hour. Okay.
And that includes everything. So After that, the cost is pretty good because 625, that's including management and all of that stuff.
Really? Okay.
Mm.
That's pretty reasonable
625 an hour is pretty nice.
for that, especially for the management, because if there's a person who's managing them. Okay, fine. So, yeah, I mean, I don't honestly, I don't. Alex has to go work on his back. He's having some back pains. I think that at this point in time, you guys are already working together. You guys are already calling your leads. Is that right, Naturo? Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's so. I mean, I think you guys should continue to do that. I don't know. You know, wondering because I don't know. It felt like Lex had said something else to me the other day
What? About what?
that you wanted to. Oh, right, you said it. You said it already.
That I want to watch most of it when it's zero with this list.
Yeah, so you and Natira were gonna close the deal with the list that you guys currently have of leads. That you wanted to do that, and then after that, you wanted to see about getting somebody in the
Getting
sub
VA
two.
together.
Right, exactly. Getting VA together. And I was like, okay. I'm just wondering.
Or going to sub two and asking somebody for money pretty much to get VAs. Somebody that they don't want to do the calling, they don't have the time, but they have the money.
Right, and it would have to be a three-way split. That's all. Like I don't know, Natiro, how do you feel about that?
Dude, I don't mind. Like for me, anything as long as we make like we're doing the business, it's all fine for me. 3-way, 4 ways, 5 ways, whatever works.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, I don't have a problem with anything. It all sounds good to me. I think right now we have to see where everything goes. You know, we have to take right. We're right, exactly.
No,
So right
I
now,
think the most important thing is like once we get a deal, all of these questions will be solved. Because we're all thinking too much because we haven't like let's say tomorrow, let's say by this week we get imagine 10K like wholesale deal. All of our problems like we won't have any more problems. I think that's the main challenge here. I mean, what I can say, maybe we can again we can do like we can think about this whole stuff for 1 week while we're still calling my leads and all of that, and we can think about the whole next step, and we can try to go hard on the next week and try to like I have a lot of leads. Lex knows that they're on my podium and stuff. We can try to see if we can find a deal there, and then after the next week we see where we're at, and then for me for sure after the next week I'll start marketing. Now I what I can do is that I can start marketing with my VAs, and then you guys kind of like we can have meetings with Lex, and Lex kind of sees how the whole process goes, and then can say, okay, oh, this is cool, and we can work together on the same leads. Like I don't mind. My main goal is just actually closing deals, really, honestly. Like, even if I have to split it with
okay,
Lex, like I have to pay all the marketing just to be credit back the marketing costs at the end of the day and then split it with Lex. I really do not matter. It doesn't matter to me at all. So we
okay.
can.
So my question is like, what do you mean by marketing? Do you mean like cold calling?
So marketing comes with a little bit. The cost of marketing will be cold calling because marketing is getting the leads. So
Right.
marketing would include cold calling. If I was to send, which I'm planning to do after that, is send batch lead text campaigns, and together with that, pulling up a list and prop stream and all of that. So all that includes like the marketing costs, like prop streams, keep tracing,
Right.
and all of that stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean it's usually around an average of around I would say like 2,000 per month, an average of 2,000 per month. So if you get
For
a
just you to do the marketing?
yeah, I would say I'd spend around 2,000 per month, so not per week. So that would be the amount that it will cost me per month. And if you split, like let's say we get a 10K deal at the end of the month, that will be 10 minus 2,000, so that will be left 8,000. And then divide by two, we do split it by two. That means 4,000. Everybody works with 4,000. We start another month, and then we see how the like I guess you guys once I don't want you guys to spend anything because I want you guys to see like I feel like I kind of have a grasp of what I can do right now. So you guys can
Okay.
see how the whole thing would work. And then if you see like, oh, this is cool, let us duplicate it on our side, or let us join together with Tiro and do it
Yeah.
together. I think that's the best route, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Lex has final say, obviously. He's over there, I'm over here. It sounds good to me.
No.
What he said? That he feels. I heard that he feels because he has something going on right now. That's what I hear with the too. That he feels like he already has something going on.
Yeah.
And he wants to keep it like
Right,
that
that.
until
He gets a deal.
right, and then
Yeah.
we can talk about it, which is fine. I mean,
No,
if
I said
that's-
like so you guys can. I think Lex, you got it, but so you can kind of we can work whatever I have going on together, and you can see it from the backside and help me on the backside. And when we close a deal, we split this profit together. But you kind of can see how my system work, and you can see the downside, how you can make it better, and what you think I'm struggling with, and that you can solve. Maybe you can solve at the spot, or are to join forces and do it together. Then we know what
yeah,
we need to do.
yeah, that's fine because also with Munif is good at back end stuff, so I can ask Munif for a lot of advice on that.
Okay.
That way we have a good back end set up, and once we put it, that's fine. Yeah, he has a lot of leads too right now. The thing is that he has a lot of leads to call.
Okay.
at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you guys should be working.
Yeah, we should be working on his leads and then making the back end better.
Because remember, it's out of every 50 leads. So how many leads do you really have in material?
I mean, so that's the challenge, that I have a lot of leads, as Lex already knows, but they never close because I was never good in acquisition. So I just had them piling up, and I didn't.
Because it's I don't know if you guys both know this, but it's
Every
50
50.
out of every 50 leads, there's one deal.
Yeah, out of every 50 good leads though, like
Right.
there's one deal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, okay, all right. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, you guys have
I think it'll be good sometimes to get like together with Munif on a Zoom to
Yeah.
go over the back end, so you could go over some back end stuff with us too. So that way you get better, because he's really good. He does things in security for the government, so he knows a lot of computer stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I don't know enough about anything else other than picking up the phone. You
Yeah.
know, to me, I'm just a little bit.
And
I
that-
know a little bit because I like computers too,
Yeah.
so I could get down and
And to
see
me,
if I
right
can do
now,
that.
I think the hurdle that I'm almost facing in my head, the mindset is figuring out how everybody's gonna get paid.
I think that's the easy part, really. The problem comes to a point where like somebody comes and says tries to act unfair, which I feel like Lex is pretty fair, and I think like I'm a fair person.
Yeah.
When somebody comes and says like, oh, this, I don't want to include you.
Right.
Like that's when the problem comes on all of that money stuff. But
Right.
if like we agree like, okay, this is a deal, when it closes we treat 50-50, I'm all on that. Like it doesn't really matter to me, like like the deal here closes, whether it's mine or whatever, like we split 50-50. Even if it's six, like I would rather, like Lex says like, okay, I want to split 60-40. I'm actually okay with that. Like if Lex takes like 60%, as long as I love momentum, like I love the fact like there's one deal I can take that money, put it into the next one, and then keep on moving. Like it's never
Yeah.
gonna stop. So
Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that all sounds good to me. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I feel like we need to kind of get down, like, so what is gonna happen this week?
that's
Is it just
that's
you
the
guys-
important part.
You
Yeah.
guys are gonna just continue to call those
I-
leads, right?
I already know my plan. Now I don't know what's you guys' plan. I mean, I think that's the kind of like
What is your plan, honey? Like,
My plan for this week.
yeah, like where do you
Like
see
in
yourself in general? Like how do you see this working out in like this week? for this week?
The same thing that I've been doing is zero to hero in the morning and getting on the phones with Natiero's leads.
Okay.
And I think next week is the last week of zero to hero. So then the week after that, it's like daily dial, and after daily dial,
My question
is
right
into calls.
now for you guys is Natiro. Like, if you guys are doing, like, Lex does a call and you do a call, is that right?
True. Yeah, we all do
Yeah.
calls, and basically it's just practice calls.
Okay. So, just my question would be, like, is anybody against, like, just dialing, putting the list in and just dialing those instead of doing one?
Yeah,
I feel
so
like it's gonna go
that's a really good question. I think what we're doing right now, I think maybe you kind of don't get the real picture. Is what we're doing right now. It's we're just practicing. Maybe that's what I can say on my side. Is I'm just
Yes. No,
practicing
my side too.
to get better. So we haven't set that out. So maybe
Right.
when it comes to really doing business, which is what
Right.
you are pointing out, is like we have to do a division of labor. Basically, like we want all of us to be doing calls. So Lex, and that's why I mentioned even a suggestion. I guess now it's good to bring it back. Like Lex, we need to prep Lex to be very good on the call for this week, so that when we start next week, I'll be on the back end, and then Lex will be on the calls, and then we'll go that way. So
Yeah.
that way, complementing each other.
Right, exactly. So, okay, so for you, my question is, who is the person that you feel the most like is gonna get you through that hurdle of really becoming from good and you're okay on the
Exactly.
phone to, like, you're
That's
great?
a good question.
Like, who do you feel like is gonna get you from okay, you're okay, to, like, amazing Lex?
On the phone?
Yeah. Who is that
Monique.
person? Okay, so you need to get with Monique.
In the morning, yeah, but he's on vacation. But I already told Monique for Monday, we're getting back on the phone.
Right, but that's what I'm saying, Monday, right?
Yeah.
And he's back for this week, right?
He's back for the week and he's going away again. But
For how long?
I think till the 19th or some shit like that.
Okay.
But he does really good with me. And when he gets me ready in the morning, then usually I could come before I do calling and do some practice with Mina and Zero and do
Yeah.
some role play. But when I respond.
Yes,
He's very smart.
and not to shit on anybody, because I don't want to make anybody feel bad, but the blind leading the blind won't get anywhere.
Right, that's why we all just practice and we try to help each other,
Yeah.
like kind of, But like you see, like Mina sometimes he has sometimes good points, and there's his points that
Yeah.
are like quite there,
Okay.
The same probably me, the same. Nitiro's mostly positive, like, oh, you did good, and he gives
Yeah.
good,
Good input.
Good input. Mina
Yeah.
too, but sometimes Mina was like, he's a little more controlling. It's like you should be doing this.
Yeah,
You should-
exactly.
Well,
I
I would say
noticed
like
that.
this,
I noticed
yeah.
that.
And sometimes you're like, well, I
Yeah.
don't know, but I just go, no, I get it. Okay,
But
Yeah.
I get your point, Diana. Your point is really nice. Like you don't want the
She's smart.
blind be reading the blind, and to the point is like for me, I don't want to really make calls, but I want to get better so that at a certain day Lex is sick, or we don't have like I have to step into Lex's shoe, there won't be a
Right.
problem,
Right.
So that's why
Yeah.
I gotta keep on brushing up my skill. But we also need like Lex to be on A game if we were to do this.
Right. Exactly. We
Lex
need
doesn't have to
somebody.
like because the
Yeah.
deals are
Yeah.
gonna be coming if Lex cannot close them, then we don't have a business there. I mean,
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So that's kind of like I'm trying to figure out, like, you and Lex are on the same level. Like,
exactly.
I
We
don't.
need to.
Again, I don't mean to shit on anybody.
No. That's true. That's true. That's true.
So
That's true. It's not. It's not. I understand. I mean, what I would say is like Lex. Let's say I was thinking of Caston, but Caston is busy. Munif is also he's on vacation and stuff.
So I would say Munif can help him. Daily Dials, trying to practice all of that.
Yeah, Munif helps me a lot. The daily doubt, but Munif does really well with me.
Yeah,
I
he's-
improve very quickly with Munif.
Yeah, so we just
Yeah.
have to figure out how we can.
No, Munif asked me if it wasn't on vacation. Our agreement is that at 10:15 every day,
For 15 minutes.
I pick up the no. He stays with me sometimes for an hour.
Oh my God.
Like I pick up at 10:15. I pick up
You
the
better
phone.
be paying him commission when you
I
when you
pick-
get a deal.
I pick up the. I'm gonna show him jujitsu. I pick up the phone,
Yeah.
and as soon as I pick up, it's just like he goes hello, and I go, hey Munif. Yeah, this is Munif. Hey Munif, my name is Flex. How you
Oh,
doing?
so you guys do. Okay.
I just pick up and he goes, yeah, I'm doing good, but well, who are you? What do you need? We'll start right away. And then after that, he'll tell me, he'll go pause. And he'll go, what you know, and then he'll give me feedback.
Okay.
And he's very real. He'll tell me like, when I was talking to you, I was doing my thing, you sounded pretty good, but then you said like this, and I was like, fuck you. Like, I don't want to do that, you know? And he'll tell me real, like, look, and then he'll role play with me and we're very alike, him and I. So it clicks with me when what he tells
What
me.
he tells
Yeah,
you.
it clicks. with
Yeah,
me.
because you have a tendency to not want to listen to a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't listen to a lot of people.
I noticed that.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I think it's clear to me what you want out of this week. Material, are you okay with that?
Yes, but what is that?
Oh, he's gonna meet up with Munif starting Monday.
I thought Munif is when is he going back to vacation? 'Cause you said this-
Monday.
On
He's here Monday.
He's back Monday.
but is he not going back again? Because you said like he's coming back and going back.
On Friday, I think he's going back.
Okay,
He's
so on
leaving
Friday.
on
Cool.
Friday.
Cool.
Then
So
he's
how
coming
long
back
how long will you be practicing with Munif? That's another thing.
for
Because
5 days.
we need you to 5 days, but for how many hours per day? Because we need you like we need
Like
you to,
half hour to an hour a day.
I want you to drown in practice.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then that's the other thing is like, so then when Munif leaves again, right?
So he's leaving again. He's coming back this week.
Right, but then when he leaves again, then
He's
who's
back this
gonna be
week.
your partner?
I will have to then role play with you, Natiro, you know, this, but the thing, maybe more you, because you were good already. Maybe I could just, you know, and I'll record Munif so that you could listen to
Yeah.
what Munif says and
So
practice
then-
with you.
So you need
You
to record your calls with Munif
Mhm.
so that
So I can
I
look
can
back.
listen. So I can listen too.
Yeah,
So I can also point out
Yeah.
what I can learn from Munif because
yeah, and also
apparently
record my phone,
apparently I don't give good feedback.
and also record my phone calls. No, you give me good feedback.
No, I
you're not
know,
here.
but I don't feel like sometimes you listen to my feedback. I feel like
Yeah.
you
I
listen
do.
more to Munif's feedback.
Well, it's not that I don't listen to. It's just like for some reason some people just click better. But
That's
I
okay.
I do think you're a very
Honey,
good
I
communicator.
take no offense. You know, I
No,
know.
I know, but I'm just trying to tell you, like, because you're very good at communicating, but I do value how you communicate.
Right.
I always like pick on things that you say, and I do things that you do. I've told you that.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
do things that you do, so you can't say the whole, you know, that I don't listen to anything that you say.
Okay.
No problem.
A little lover's quarrel over here.
You guys are better than all the others. Doing great.
Anyways,
So
so
yeah,
yeah, I mean, I think that would be the best thing is that obviously when
but
Munif
you
is-
only practicing with Munif for 1 hour.
yeah, so like
Yeah,
that's
really done.
that's been the successful thing for him is to practice with Munif for 1 hour or 30 minutes and then get on the phones and that he's improved. But he needs to be practicing daily is what really needs to happen. He needs to role play once a day. Like no fail.
No plans to work on today.
Right. Like that's the hurdle that we need to get through right now.
Yeah, but I think he needs more hours to practice too. Because if he's practicing, will he after roleplay just go straight to calls? And how long are those calls? I kind of know Lex's schedule because it was on Daily Dial, then it goes to Zero to Hero. So
Yeah.
that's like at 1 p.m. till what time is it? What time does it end? 7. I'm trying to get it to your time. From 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. is Zero to Hero, and then you practice with Munif from I guess
No.
one-
From one, I'm walking from 1 to like 2:30, I'm like walking my dog,
Mm.
I'm feeding her. If I happen to be one of those days where because I usually eat once a day, but if one of those days, like last week, there were a couple of days I did eat twice. So I'll eat something, and then I'll just get on the phone calls. I'll probably like listen to some phone calls, and then I'll get on the virtual office with you guys.
Cool.
So I
I
will
mean,
listen to
why
some
don't we
like
do this? Why don't we put you after you practice the Munif or whatever from Monday? We put you straight on calls, and I'll kind of stop calling, but I'll do it when you're not available. Then I'll just kind of let you talk to sellers and then give you feedback and all of that. And we'll
Okay.
make sure your calls are recorded so also other people can give you feedback too and all of that.
Okay, cool.
But we'll make
Okay.
sure we have a lot of hours of you talking because I mean, honestly, I know you're good, but we just need to get to a perfect level because you like
Yeah.
if we're gonna have VAs coming in, I mean bringing leads,
I agree.
we wanna make
I
sure
need to be
they
able to close on
so
those.
so I would say just we need to have maybe more hours. How many hours do you think you can do a day apart from zero to hero, apart from daily dials and all of that? How many more hours can you do of actual calls to sellers or calls to sellers? How many hours per day?
I can
I mean, he does.
I could do from like
Because you're around like at 2 p.m. I think you usually at 3
I'll
p.m.
do like 2. Sometimes I'll go in like at 3. So I say realistically like 2:30 on.
Mhm.
So like 6. I mean, yeah, like 6:30.
What
For-
happens? I have a question. So what happens when zero to hero is done?
Oh, then I could be earlier. Then after that, I practice with Munif at 10:15. Then after that, just get myself ready and everything. By like I should be on by like 11.
Okay, so
That's how I used to get in the
that's-
virtual office. I
Right,
used to be in
I
at 11.
remember. I
Yeah.
remember.
So from
That's
11 on, I would just call.
Okay.
Yeah, when 0 to hero is done, then I could be in the virtual office earlier even. That's why right now, like I'm just like, let me attend 0 to hero. Let me practice with his list. When 0 to hero is done, if we still have his list, I'll get in earlier. We keep calling his list, so I get more practice. I get more practice with Munif. Call his, we'll
So-
close on something, and then after we'll talk about like now that I'm doing a lot better.
Okay. So that's
Now
the way
let's
you
spend
see
money.
it going.
Yeah, that's the way I see it going. Like
Okay, so when
call
does
his-
zero to hero end?
I think it's next week. So I'll
Okay.
practice with Munif. I'll do that. Then after that, I'll have more time. He'll still have leads. I'll call those. I'll keep practicing. Munif comes back. Maybe I'll keep practicing while calling his list and give that like a month of a lot of practice with Munif, calling his list to make sure that I'm sharp.
So what do you think, Natiro? Are you down with waiting out a month and while zero to hero finishes out and he
I
gets,
think you mean a week.
well, he's looking at doing this,
Well,
like calling your
like-
leads?
So right now, this week coming up is the 5th and it ends the 9th.
Yeah.
I will be working with Munif and calling your list, right? And then 0 to hero will be done the 9th. Munif.
What about this week? So let's start from this week. So this week, how would that look like? Yeah.
Well, this week is the 5th through the 9th. Those are the business days, right? So this week through the 9th, I am going to 0 to hero. I practice with Munif while 0 to hero starts, but I pause it when I'm with Munif. I practice with him.
Yeah.
Then I stay in 0 to hero till 1. I should be in the office by like 2:30,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll call, right? Now we move on to the 12th to the 16th. 0 to hero is done.
Wait.
Well,
Can you
Munif-
repeat that again? My bad. Sorry, my bad. I was
Yeah, no
just
problem.
there was a guy who texted me here and doing something. I was just thinking of that. My bad.
Not a problem. Okay, so
But this week, okay.
from next week, the 5th to the 9th, I'll be attending 0 to hero and coming into the office like around 2:30.
Okay, 2:30. Cool. So that will be 11:30 my time.
Yeah, and I'll have Munif role play with me.
11:30.
Next-
Let's say 1 hour role play with Munif.
Yeah,
11:30 to 12:30. That's my time. Sorry, it will be 2:30 to 3:30. Let's say role play with Munif.
so then from the 12th to the 16th,
Munif is not here, so, but
But
also
what,
there's
what
two zero.
happens? What happens this week? You're gonna be role playing with Munif, and after that, what happens?
That next week I don't have Munif, so I'll just have to get into the office.
Oh, next week
Maybe.
Munif is not here. Next week from
No,
the
the week
5th.
of the week starting the 12th, Monday the 12th to the 16th.
What about the week before that, the 5th to 9th?
He'll be here. Yeah, he'll be here like this Monday the 5th. He'll be role playing with me.
Okay. So after you finish role play, what will you do after you finish role play?
I will keep watching Zero to Hero because it's still one. Next week is the last week. Right?
Also, so you're gonna do role play for 1 hour and then do Zero to Hero for 2 hours instead of 3?
Well, I have it in the background, but I call Munif while Zero to Hero is on, but I just kind of lower it because I value the role play with Munif.
Perfect. That's perfect. So after you I guess your schedule will be the same. So after you finish Zero to Hero, then you do your personal stuff with walking the dog and all that. Then you come back
I
after.
gotta walk the dog, feed her.
Yeah, you come back in about an hour and a half, and then now it's 2:30 or 3, and then do you stay for 3 hours calling, or how long are you gonna be?
Yeah, I could stay for like 3 hours. I could stay on like 3 hours, maybe, and I mean, if you guys come from work, they're still making noise, so maybe like,
What's
yeah,
an
maybe like
average
3
time?
hours.
3 hours? Okay. So
Yeah, like
3
3
hours you're
hours.
calling. Cool. So 3
Yeah.
hours per day will be on the phone and 1 hour of you role playing and stuff. And I guess daily
Yeah.
dial before that, so kind of like 7,
Yeah, and
6
I will be
hours
raising my hand, daily dial daily to
practice.
I know Monday is motivation, Tuesday is painting the picture.
Cool.
And then we have Thursday is turn. So I'll raise my hand on all those so I can start like going over and see where the mistakes are at.
But I think
And
3 hours is enough. The only challenge is
yeah.
just as long as you just all the time during that time talk to sellers.
Yeah. The only time I will get off before 6 is probably we have a lead that I need to be on Nick at night. Like if there's a lead that we have that day that we put on the calendar Nick at night, then I'll get off at 5. I will only do it maybe 2 hours as long as I call, I call consistently. But the thing is that then the week after this week coming up, which falls on the 12th, Zero to Hero is done.
I know.
So I will be able to be in the office by like 11 calling.
So you'll have
It's-
more
instead
time
of-
to call.
I'll have even more time to call. Yeah. I'll have like,
Yeah. So when do you think you'll be? So what do you think is next? Do you think you'll keep calling the list until we get a deal, or
Yeah, I'm gonna keep
how's the
calling your lead.
transition? How's the transition working for you?
Right, so he wants to
Yeah.
continue to call your leads
Yeah.
for the rest of the month. That's what he
Yeah.
wants to do.
Also, we're exhausted and we're doing follow-ups and stuff like that, and make sure that I sharpen myself, make sure that I sharpen more, with Munif, because the week of the 12th to the 16th,
Got it.
he won't be here.
Got it. Okay, now
Yeah, we're back
I
in the
get the
19th.
picture. I get the picture. That's
Yeah.
perfect. I think that's good. So
Yeah.
I guess the only thing that we can do here is that because most of the leads you call them but you never follow up, so we can kind of set up a good follow up and make sure we're adding them to Nick at night and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's do that, and then Podio, I'll give you my access to Podio, and then you can check the other leads and try to call them and all of that stuff. And then that gives me an opportunity because I can actually give you all my leads. That doesn't matter. I have a lot of leads. You can try to call them and all of that stuff. But there is one thing. So I just received a text. I told you I had a Zoom yesterday. So these guys want me to join their team. So now I don't know what you think about that. They just text me.
I mean, this is my perspective is that you need to feel at home, right? You need to feel it out and see who you want to go with. And you can't just do a trial with the other guys and see how they go. And I don't know.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you and I also like on trial, we're dating.
Right.
It
I
might be
feel
that
like
you and I might just be a good friends and not maybe good fit. So
so I almost want to
maybe
say
do
like
both.
to
You
do
do
both.
both?
Yeah.
Yeah, do both.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking the same thing. So I mean, I'm down with, because it's not gonna be, we can hang out on the virtual office together, and I give you my leads, you call them, I kind of correct you where you go wrong and all this stuff. You keep on practicing and stuff
Yeah.
like that. If it works, then we work together. And then because this guy's what they're planning to do is that they have a team of 5, and then that team they share expenses and all of that, and VAs and all of that. I was planning like so let's like I give you a month. So my idea came out, since I'm already working with you, I give you a month while you're practicing to get better. And then after a month while I'm working with them, if everything goes well and I see like we make a deal or so, and then I have you join the team, to the same team in like a month, when you have already used mileage and called, and then like you like you feel like, okay, now it's time to market, then you join the team. And I asked them that, okay, can I have my friend join this team and we do the same thing? And at that point I would have seen how that goes, and I'll tell you how it is really, and if it's something that is
Yeah.
good, then you can join that too.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to know
Yeah.
what you guys think. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
just
right now it's just about being open to working with other people and
Right.
dating different people. It has to be like an open relationship, right?
It's
So-
so weird.
Because it's true in that sense. We have to feel like we're home and we're comfortable and that we're working well together, right? Ultimately, we're friends, but also there's the aspect of who you clicked with the most as far as business, right? Because ultimately we could still all do business. Maybe the squat up won't work, but we could still pass deals and stuff like that to each other,
Exactly. Like, oh, maybe I don't have a buyer for this. Maybe
Right.
you have a
Hey,
buyer.
Natira, you have a buyer for this? Or Natira, listen, I have this thing. Could you send me a contract and I don't know, let's split this or whatever. There was
yeah,
all
but
still.
but the thing is, I don't want to feel, because we were talking about all of this stuff, and this guy's messaged me. It sounds like it's gonna sound like I kind of left you guys off.
Not at all.
No, you're being upfront.
No, you're
But-
super
you're
upfront.
but-
We appreciate
Like,
it.
I wish I could send you guys a screenshot. They send at 3:45. Send the message at 3:45. So I don't want to like. I'm usually want to be really like honest with people, and so I feel like I don't want to like this guy's. I know it's something that they want me to join, and it looks like it's really good thing. But at the same time, like I feel like I still have a commitment to you, Lex. So I mean,
No,
if
not
you
at
guys
all.
say
No,
I
Natira,
shouldn't, I won't.
No.
I won't.
I'm very grateful that you letting me call your list. And at the end of the day, I know what you're saying because you're a very honest person.
Yeah. he's
Sorry,
like me.
that's why. But you're also very upfront saying that. So that means you're very truthful also. And at the end of the day, you need to do what is best for you.
No,
And-
no, I don't think it works
You know?
that way.
Huh?
I don't think it works that way.
Well, don't misunderstand what
yeah,
we're
It
saying,
works
right?
true. It's true, but I feel like whenever you have a deal with someone, like even if you find something that works for you, I think you just gotta be honest with
No,
you gotta
sure.
be
Like if it was
okay. I
if it
understand.
was that we're in business already and you were like, oh, I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, that's kind of
No, but
like, oh, I'm
we're
gonna do
talking
what's
about the
best for me.
whole
'Cause-
plan right here. We're talking about the whole plan of what's next. So I don't feel
Yeah.
like it's so fair to. So what?
No, I think that right now you guys are getting a feel for if you're gonna work together, like do a business together.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And right now Lex is he's not at his 100% potential. You
Yeah,
know, so I don't know how much of value he's really gonna bring as of right now.
Yeah, I want to be at 100, right?
He's at
But it's not
Lex,
like right now I can say like,
I
oh,
send you a
Natira, tell them-
screenshot of the conversation so that I just want to be honest. So the
Okay.
conversation with the guys, I send it to your message.
Yeah,
So they sent me a message at 3:45. Hey, that's fine. Just wanted to let you know that we spoke last night on this meeting about you joining. We have decided to bring you on. We're going to have a meeting tomorrow. I'll let you know the time later tonight. Congratulations, bro. Welcome to the family. That was 3:45 my time, so like 15 minutes ago. So I just want to be upfront, and the thing is this, like I feel like we've already talked all of that, and especially like um I never want to go behind and people's back and like
You're not that kind of person. I know
yeah
you're
like
not that kind of person.
like so I feel so that's why I suggested like if you guys say me like, oh, just don't join this, I mean I'm not gonna join, honestly. And also
I think
at the same thing, I want to make sure like I be bring a value. So my thought is like this thing is gonna be basically like a partnership of work. It won't be like a virtual office. So my thought was like, let's hang out on.
Yeah.
I'll be on the virtual office every single day, so we can keep on making calls and all of that, and I can keep on working together with this stuff, and then to kind of prop you Lex to make like to be better and all of that, and then when you feel like you're ready, and then like we can discuss what's next. I mean, at that point, if like the best thing I can think about is to have you join the same team, and then so we share costs and all of that. But if that doesn't work, I mean, we can work something me and you together. That's my thought.
Yeah, and that's a that's a possibility. Exactly that. You could be the back end for multiple people, not just one person.
yeah.
There's a lot of people that do what are they called, integrators, and they integrate for different businesses. So you and I could definitely work together, and you could still be working with another team integrating for them.
Yeah, but I want
It's
to make
just
it.
how much you want.
I want to make a promise to you that I want to make sure like you're successful
Mhm.
before
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Like
I
wanna
love
make-
that. He's so into
Yeah,
something
like-
that thing.
like
love
I'll.
that.
So that's the best thing I can say. Like I want to make sure that you, whatever thing you need me to do, I'll do that. That's the only.
Yeah, man, I love you for that. Thank you.
And I think Naturo, you also have to like. I think that right now, what you were really, what was really feeling, what he was getting such a huge benefit was to actually be talking to people who are interested in selling.
Yeah, because I was thinking I'm cold calling. I will be there for hours and hours and hours, and not get into any conversation. So I wasn't improving.
So he wasn't improving. He's literally smashing his head against the same wall over and over and over.
Right.
So now that you're able to bring, this possibility to him to call your leads and to split it with him, like it gave him a better chance.
Yeah,
to
and purpose. Like my
improve,
purpose got
Right.
rekindled. Like, oh, I love that. Like I'm so happy that I'm actually talking to people,
you
and I
know,
couldn't wait to do more role because I would do role playing and they get into cold calls, and it's like for what? Like
for what reason?
I wouldn't get hard into the conversations, and my cold calling I would do like 3 hours, maybe 4, but I can't do 8 hours. It's like fucking put a gun to my head.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is like as long as you don't mind him continuing to follow up with your leads,
Right.
and
learning.
to
100%
split,
don't mind.
Yeah.
I
to
don't
split
mind that
them
at
up.
all. I don't mind that at all.
So then,
So and
then
what
there's
we
no problem.
yeah. So
There's,
what
there's,
can
there's no lose here.
There's no
In
lose.
my eyes, there's nothing we can lose. I feel like you're gonna win if he gets a lead and he actually follows it through and it closes because you're gonna get, whatever the split is. You're gonna win, he's gonna win, and in that way we can see, at the end of the day, if he does get a contract, let's say he doesn't take it to Nick, he needs the contract done, he's gonna bring it to you anyway.
Exactly. It's just a list.
It's your list, you're gonna have to run it from there. So
Right.
are you ready for that?
Yeah, so that's even really good thing. So I was about to suggest like, I really like my end goal right now at this point, since I've known you've talked all this amount of time, like 3 hours or so about something really important. Like I'm willing to, when whatever you need me to help you with at any time, I mean, it's not a goodbye. We're gonna be meeting every single day
Right.
on the same Zoom here. So
Yes.
but in general, like whatever you need me to help you with, Lex, I will 100%. And you don't have to pay me or anything. If you want me to set up your backend system, if you want me to find you a VA, if you
No,
want me to,
you have to get paid. Don't do that,
at
Nichiro.
the end of the day, yes, at the end of the day. But I want to make sure that I want to put a commitment that I will help you, like, because I know where you are. I think the point, like right now, the only thing you're missing, Lex, is just the back end and getting to that point where a good acquisition. Once you're there, I think everything else is just like
Me
it will
too.
be smooth. Like you just need a
Yeah,
good follow-up system and backend and all that set up. Like you don't have to worry about that in your mind. Like you just, oh, I'm gonna talk to this guy. So I
yeah,
can set all the systems together for you. And when time comes, because right now it looks like you're trying to just practicing how to to get there with calls. When time comes, just let me know. Just like that, I'll do that.
yeah,
And you don't need, like, you can pay me at the end of the day when you get a deal and you feel like da 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 da, because it's not
yes,
something like I feel complicated on my part,
yeah.
and I can do that for you. And help you, advise you on the list, like which list to pull and all of that. And you know
Yeah, no, I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate you letting me call you. Listen, that is what I'm doing. It's just, I just want to practice to get better because at the end of the day, what I was telling Dan is like, I need, and this is why it worked out when you said, where you're like, oh, I have no problem you calling my list because I'm like, wow, he's letting me call his list. I'm practicing with those. I could take down a deal here. And then now I can use it to get better. So next time, if I work with a Tiro or somebody, material or somebody else,
Yeah,
it like I'm not me for whoever brings me leads. Material's like, yo, can you call this person? I know that I can talk to the person. I know that I'm not gonna waste a good lead.
Right.
And that's what I want. I want to do the best that I can when people trust me in calling people. That's really all I want. I want to be 100. I want to be nice, like a Nick Newland, like a Pace Morby, like Caston, like Don Rich. I want to get to those levels,
Yeah, bro.
in
I
my
think I
own
think
way.
I think you're gonna get there pretty soon. And just look where you've come from. Like look last week and today. It's just that you didn't have people to talk to before. You're cold calling, and it was kind of tough. But you look like you have the commitment already. So like
Yeah.
you just need like a couple more days and maybe 2-3 weeks. You on the call all the time consistently. I think you'll be there on Nick Newling and all of that. It's not
Yeah,
something
I think I could reach that. And I see it now. I see that now. I mean, like, oh, I could get there. I could get there.
true.
Monique already told me that I have a yellow belt. I went from white belt to yellow belt in call. So I'm a yellow belt right now. So I'm looking for Monique to give me like my green, I don't think, I think it's orange belt, my green belt, one of those. Till I get to blue belt.
Anyway.
But yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it like that. I know that you're not gonna leave me alone, and you're my friend, and you're gonna help me with all you can because
Yeah, and I mean,
You're a very honest person.
The other thing is we can only do as good as the people around us are doing well and improving.
Exactly.
Too, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, man. I mean, I'm here. So and I mean, at the end of the day, like if you guys were ready to move like right now, I would tell them no. Um, the reason is that like I think you need a month and to just like prep up, and which is fine. So when
Yeah.
that point comes, just let me know and we can make a decision then.
Okay.
And I'm
For
here.
sure.
I'm here.
For sure.
Whatever.
I agree.
Nobody's going anywhere.
Yeah, nobody's going anywhere. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool, man. I guess I took out your afternoon.
No, don't worry about
No,
it.
it was a
that's
great
just,
call.
It was good that we brought this up and we talked about it and
Yeah.
we ironed it out because
Communication is like the universal solvent. You know?
yeah.
And he's very, I like Zero because he's very honest and upfront, you know?
I know.
I like that.
I like that
Yeah,
too.
I like being around people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Anyways,
it.
and I hope that in that going forward, we all win and we're all helping each other and
Yeah.
we're all making money together.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
That is the plan, for sure. That is the plan. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nichir. I really appreciate you, and I hope you understand that. Like, this makes me happy to see that my husband is connecting with people who are gonna help him get the business up. Because I'm no longer here. I used to be here day in and day out.
Yeah, and I feel
I'm
like
not
that.
here.
I feel like that. Like I have people like behind
Yeah.
me that are helping me, that are friends. And
Yeah. And now
Yeah.
it makes me feel happy. Like, oh, okay, at least somebody is helping you.
Yeah.
True, man. I
And
mean,
you're helping them too. But
I'm happy for that. I'm happy.
Yeah, we're helping each other because we're all in the same boat right now. We're all like kind of like the same level, you know?
Yeah, like 1 year from now, we'll be like, oh, we talked about this, really?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I
No
understand what you said. Like, if I was like a closer, like a Pace, or like a Keston, you would be like, hey, can I bring you my leads? I'd be like, yeah, bring all the leads. Let's get the back end. I'll be the front. You'd be like, oh shit, cool. I have a closer with me, you know?
Right.
And then Diana, Diana, you want to be closer too? Okay, I can bring the leads and everything, but so I know what you're talking about. Like I do need more time, and I know that too.
Yeah.
So
No, but I think you're good. Not that you need more time. I think just you said you want to more practice, so
yeah,
which is good. Like not to say that you're not. I guess you're phrasing like you're not there yet. I think you're there yet.
Oh,
Just
he isn't.
But I'm
He isn't there.
huh?
He isn't. He isn't there.
Yeah, but it's almost. I mean, he just didn't. You know how you can measure progress is that how long you've like in 1 week, how much progress you've made. Just imagine in 2 more weeks where you'll be at.
yeah,
So
yeah,
before you're
yeah.
not doing
Oh,
the.
this week coming up, you're gonna see a jump too. Once Monique comes back, you'll see a jump. Yeah,
Yes.
You just can't deteriorate again.
yeah.
All right, man. Alex,
All right, brother. Thank you.
happy 4th of July for you guys.
Thank
Thank you to you too.
Enjoy
Happy
the weekend.
Independence Day. That's all that matters. We have our independence and our freedom.
My
That's so
God,
true.
that's yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye,
Have a
man.
good rest of your
See you on Monday. Monday
See you
at
Monday.
See you
Uh,
Monday. Well, not see you Monday.
Oh, now, yeah. Are we calling Monday? Because yes, is the 4th of July. Is that like
I
a?
don't
yeah.
know.
4th of
I
July
know
is
you could
tomorrow,
call.
right?
Huh?
4th of July is tomorrow.
Are they gonna have Monday off?
Yes, they have Mondays off.
Oh, they have Mondays. Oh yeah, Independence Day
It's a
observed.
long
I see. I see.
Oh,
The
okay.
business has off. So definitely.
So will you call on Monday or we'll be off on Monday?
Should we call?
You
People are
can
home.
call.
Yeah, we could call and see what happens.
People are home.
Yeah,
Let's do
Why
it,
not?
Lex.
let's do it.
Let's do it. See you on Monday, man.
See you, brother.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And like high, they have me on payments. I even was on payments where some.
Pain in the butt.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. We do a lot of these type of transactions. We've been in this business over 10 years. Some of the partners are licensed contractors, so we have our own crews, and it just kind of helps everything flow evenly. The most important thing outside of price is basically timeline, because we have our crews and everything. Not too many properties, and overwhelmed our construction a lot better at staggering our projects. Only for us.
No, I mean, it's vacant now.
Okay.
I'm paying mortgage on the house. It's vacant. I just have to, make a decision whether I'm going to sell it or. Because I've also been talking to the property manager that handled it for me when it was rented. I'm at the point where I'd much rather.
Yeah.
Even if it's not getting my equity in cash.
is growing, and values are increasing. So that's why I like it.
Okay, let me call her. This is Pace.
Hi, Pace. This is Ethel. How are you?
Hi, Ethel. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Sounds like you're taking care of some patients today, huh?
Yes, Tuesday and Thursdays are my days for my seniors.
What are you, a travel nurse, or what do you do?
No, I just do public service. I'm a servant.
Oh, cool. So you just go into their houses and help and take care of them, or what are you doing?
Do their groceries, get their meds, take them to the doctor, whatever they need.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's gotta be pretty fulfilling, huh?
It is. It's giving back, my way of giving back.
I love that. That's really cool. Well, Ken told me you're really, you just had a couple of minutes, so I don't want to take up much of your time. I was sitting down to look at the computer, and Ken was starting to fill in some info for me before I sit down and kind of go through the numbers.
Okay.
Before I sit down, and I don't know a lot about the property, obviously I'm about to sit down and look through it, but I just want to make sure that you and Ken were on the same page. Did you guys talk about down payment or length of term or any of that kind of stuff?
No, we didn't go into anything like that.
Okay, so where was the last conversation left off at?
Well, we're just basically talking about what I would want to do. He asked me how much I was looking at getting for the property, and I told him 160 is the minimum I'm going to take.
Okay,
One reason is I'm not in a push to sell.
got it.
I just don't want to maintain the property, but if I do decide to keep the property, I'm just going to go ahead and get a management service for it.
Got it.
Because it's not hard to keep a tenant in there. Since
Right.
I haven't had a problem with the tenant.
So he mentioned to me you have a mortgage in place of $800 and you're renting it around $1,300, and after your property management company you're making between like $200 and $400 or something like that.
No, I'm making right now. I am making let's see, it's renting for my notice 800. I'm renting for 13, and I'm making 4 off of it now.
Okay, so you're making $400 a month.
I'm actually making $500 off of it a month.
That's after the property management stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So you're renting it for more than $1,300.
No, my rent is $800 a month,
Okay.
and I pay. They pay me 13. That gives me 500 a month.
Got it. And then you don't have a property management company taking any percentage of that or anything?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I'm doing.
awesome. Okay, cool. That's the part I was missing, because he was thinking you had a property management company in place, but it sounds like you're just out of stage and you know what, maybe I will hire a property management company if I don't get the number I want.
That's exactly what I just said.
Cool. This is exactly why I make these calls.
Okay, that's exactly what I just said to you. If I don't get what I want, I am going to get a property management to handle it.
Okay, so if you got the number 160, would you be open to the terms?
I'm sorry?
If you got the number 160 from an investor, would you be open to the terms in sense of keeping your mortgage in place and taking a monthly payment on it?
I would have to read the terms and to see what all the terms are.
Okay. Well, while I put that together, that's why I make these calls. Is number one, to make sure I understood Ken. When Ken updated me, he called me and I was driving, so that's why I might have some holes in my information.
That's okay.
And then secondly, I want to make sure that I'm looking for, so I can kind of back into your target. You never want to start with my number because I'm an investor, right? So if you start with my number, that's always going to start off on the wrong foot. So
Right, that's correct.
right. So starting at your number protects you, make sure that you're getting what you want, and then we just back into it and figure out what kind of terms would work in order to give us that price. So what would you consider a down payment?
Oh, can't I consider that either?
Okay, do you want to think about that for a couple of days and we can just touch base on it later?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So the purpose of the down payment, obviously, you don't need the money, and I know you're not in a rush. The purpose of the down payment, at least from all my other sellers, that they either A, they just want a little bit of money to go do whatever they want with it, or B, they just want to be secured in the sense that I get abducted by aliens or something like that, and I no longer have the ability to make payments. They want to be secured where I give them a down payment, and then the worst case scenario, the down payment covers any potential bad things that could happen in the future.
Well, not necessarily so with me.
Okay.
Partially yes and partially no. Secured, yes, that part I am going for.
Okay.
The other section is I am going to buy another house. And the more,
nice.
if I can have the more I can put down on a house, the lower my payment will be.
Right. Okay. Cool. Got it. So you have a purchase price of 160. Let me just walk through some things. I'm going to plant some seeds for a future conversation. Okay.
Okay.
So you want 160. How much is your existing mortgage?
Right at 90.
So you're at 90 grand. So you've got $70,000 in equity, right?
Or more.
Or more. Okay. Good. Let's say it's 80. Okay.
We can stick with the 70. That's fine.
Cool. All right. So you've got, and it really doesn't matter for this conversation. I'm just kind of walking through a narrative for the most part. So the $70,000, what we would do is we would take over the existing mortgage. So we'd start making that payment. We then would take your $70,000 equity, we'd make a down payment towards it, and then we would make a monthly payment towards that as well.
Okay, repeat that again. You would take the $70,000 equity.
Right. You would no longer be the owner of the property. We would upgrade you to the lender. So you would lend the $70,000 to us, and we would put a down payment against the $70,000. So let's say hypothetically, I gave you 10 grand. I'm just throwing out a number.
Okay.
If I gave you $10,000 down, that would mean that I owe you $60,000 at that point. Okay. No real estate fees are taken out of that. That is your $60,000. Now, you are no longer the landlord. You don't have to deal with tenants. You don't have to deal with property management. You don't have to deal with anything. You now are the lender, and I owe you $60,000. So what happens is every single month I make a payment to you against that $60,000.
Okay.
Okay. So what you've got to figure out for us to structure an offer, and you don't need to quote unquote figure it out, but I think just whatever your gut tells you, I think you'd want to say, I'd like this much money as a down payment to secure the deal. And then I would like this much monthly payments every single month. In terms of, if you're making, $500 right now, obviously you take into consideration that out of that $500, you're probably, having a little bit of that towards vacancy and repairs on a yearly basis. So you're probably netting around $350, maybe $400 a month. Considering that every year you probably have to put about $1,000 into the property. It's not every year, but it's like every 2 or 3 years you probably have to go in there and spend $2,000, $3,000 or $4,000 repainting, new carpet, stuff like that, right?
Okay, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, cool. So I would look at it from your standpoint and go, look, if I don't ever have to deal with the property, I don't have to manage it, I don't care what's going on with it, I'm just the lender. So essentially you take the position of Chase Bank or Wells Fargo Bank or Bank of America, where now you are getting a monthly payment, but you have no responsibility or liability on the property. So down payment and how much money you want on a monthly basis is what we've got to figure out.
Right. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what would you want to do on that? Would you want to just you want to just think on it for a couple of days and we get back to you?
Yeah, let me just,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, again, most of the conversations I have are just planting seeds and making sure that if we do work out a deal, because the reality is, Ethel, we are going to be in a long-term relationship with each other. I'm going to be making a monthly payment to you, so I'm in no rush. I know you're not in a rush. I just want to make sure that if we work something out, it's a really good relationship, and you either A, never have to talk to me, you just collect a payment every month, or B, if you ever want to call me or talk to me about the property or anything like that, you always feel free to do that. I want a good long-term relationship with you.
Okay, I understand.
Cool. So when should I follow back up?
Today is Tuesday.
Yes.
I know I'm busy all day Thursday. Not tomorrow. Oh,
How about Friday or Saturday?
how about, let's, oh no, I know, wait a minute. I was going to say Friday, but I think I do have to go. Friday I won't be available until around 4.
Okay, we can do that.
So let's just say Friday around 4, which will be 5 your time.
Perfect. I'll shoot you a text right before I call you, but I'll do Friday 4 p.m. your time.
Okay. All right, that'll be fine, and I'll have some numbers for you.
Yeah, either we'll work out a deal or we'll have fun talking to each other. Either way, I'm happy.
Right.
I look forward to it.
That's correct. Thank you so much, Pace.
I appreciate you. Have an awesome day, okay?
You too, and I look forward to speaking with you on Friday.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, Pace, that was a great conversation. I like the way you you broke down the down payment to be part of her.
So I don't actually that I'm just going to be, it takes, I say, between 2 and 5 phone calls to close somebody on all the deals that are in our pipeline and tries to
Out there. It's not, I'm doing.
hopefully you're going to spend some time with your family, not just with me.
Well, we're kind of social distancing right now, so I've pretty much been staying at home, but we've got some good weather, I think.
Awesome.
We had some rain, and hopefully we'll get some sunshine today, so
Good.
I'm doing good, thank you.
Well, I live in Phoenix, and so we have sunshine every single day, and I'm sure you're a little bit jealous. So no big deal.
Oh, yes, I've been to Phoenix a few times, and I just, you're very lucky to,
Yes,
to live
yeah.
out there. It's nice.
Well, I'm the lucky guy in the group of partners. That I'm the guy that does what's called underwriting. So I'm the one that sits down, looks at what money we have to spend, looks at all the deals that are in our pipeline, and tries to make it
But we've got some good weather, I think.
awesome.
We had some
Back where I will tell you exactly what to do, and we need to get it on the right path. And then that right path she needs to be followed up with a couple of times in order for you to close her. You're not going to close somebody with terms typically over the phone that it had never heard about terms before. You're not going to close them over the phone on your first call. Usually it takes, I'd say, between 2 and 5 phone calls to close somebody on terms. So this will probably be your third call to her, but we got to get her on track. And so the way I look at that is we're basically starting all over. So this will be technically the first call that we explain terms to her, and then you'll jump into a track where I will tell you exactly what to do after the fact.
Hello?
Hi, is this Joyce?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Joyce. My name is Pace. I'm partners with Anteric. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome. It's Memorial Day, so hopefully you're going to spend some time with your family, not just with me.
Well, we're kind of social distancing right now, so I've pretty much been staying at home, but we've got some good weather, I think.
Awesome.
We had some rain, and hopefully we'll get some sunshine today, so
Good.
I'm doing good, thank you.
Well, I live in Phoenix, and so we have sunshine every single day, and I'm sure you're a little bit jealous. So no big deal.
Oh yes, I've been to Phoenix a few times, and I just you're very lucky to
Yes,
to live
yeah.
out there. It's nice.
Well, I'm the lucky guy in the group of partners. That I'm the guy that does what's called underwriting. So I'm the one that sits down, looks at where I will tell you exactly what to do after the fact. I will.
Hello.
Hi, is this Joyce?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Joyce. My name is Pace. I'm partners with Anteric. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome. It's Memorial Day, so hopefully you're going to spend some time with your family, not just with me.
Well, we're kind of social distancing right now, so I've pretty much been staying at home. But we've got some good weather, I think.
Awesome.
We had some rain, and hopefully we'll get some sunshine today. So
Good.
I'm doing good, thank you.
Well, I live in Phoenix, and so we have sunshine every single day, and I'm sure you're a little bit jealous. So no big deal.
Oh yes, I've been to Phoenix a few times, and I just you're very lucky to
Yes,
to live
yeah.
out there. It's nice.
Well, I'm the lucky guy in the group of partners. That I'm the guy that does what's called underwriting. So I'm the one that sits down, looks at what money we have to spend, looks at all the deals that are in our pipeline, and tries to make a determination of who we can help the most and which deals we want to buy. And Tarek indicated that you were looking. His notes say you were looking for 165. Is that the number you were looking for?
Yes.
Okay. And you've got, he said something about the house is vacant, but you were renting it at one point.
No, we haven't rented it at all. I moved out in 2017, in the fall of 2017.
Okay.
But I've used it for, my house is smaller that I moved into, so I have some stuff that's stored there.
Nice.
And my son also, he has a few things that are stored there because they had to move also. They got a mobile home, so they, in the process of moving, it was like a month in between, so they stayed there for about a month, and so they moved some their stuff in there, and we've just got stuff stored in the house right now. We haven't rented it at all.
That's kind of nice. You have another house as just a storage unit.
Yes, it's nice, but eventually I have to move stuff out. I've been trying to get over there, but I've got an elected position with our tribal nation, and so I'm busy most of the time.
Nice.
And so I just haven't had the time to dedicate to just doing that.
Right. Well, let me. He says that you want to sell it for 165. He made a comment here, says that it probably needs to be get a little bit of updating.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yes. Well, yeah, I'm sure it could use some paint, and it's got carpet throughout the house.
Oh, got it.
Which that's kind of a dated thing.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
not the way it is anymore. People have just area rugs instead of wall-to-wall carpeting. And like I said, when we moved in there, we didn't repaint or anything. I think the couple that had lived there was just kind of a temporary residence for them, and they were trying to help out their family. So.
Got it. Okay. So what would get you excited about selling the property?
Well, just the fact to have it off out of my responsibility. Even though I've got stuff over there that I don't know if I want to keep a lot of it or if I want to sell it. It's going through that and just having it all removed. It's a beautiful property. It's on a corner lot, and I love the home. It was just a little too big for me personally.
Right.
As I told him, I said we moved there in December of 2010, and January my husband had a massive heart attack and he was gone. So I tried to stay there as long as I could, but it just became too much for me. It had more room than I needed. I love the house, but I just couldn't stay there without him. So that's the reason that I moved.
Got it.
And but yeah, that's my main reason is just it's time for a change. I've moved on, and it's just getting the weight off my shoulders of having that other house.
Got it. Okay. Well, we'd love to take a look at potentially buying it if we could match up some price and some terms. Did he talk to you about terms at all?
No.
Okay, so we buy houses two different ways. You know, there's a lot of investors. I'm sure you've gotten other phone calls from people that probably want to buy the house around, I don't know, 100 grand, $110,000 so they can do a full renovation and then sell it on the market, kind of like a fix and flip.
Mhm.
And we buy a lot of houses that way, but it doesn't sound like that's the number that you need in order to sell the property.
Mhm.
So we buy houses a second way, and the second way we buy houses is what we call on terms. So I tell people, do you kind of know what terms are?
Well, you mentioned, did he talk to me? I think, yes, he did mention that you pay a certain price and then you pay it out after that. So you
Right.
don't have to go through the bank and get a traditional mortgage type.
Yeah, so
loan or
for
whatever.
us, we actually we have not been able to get a mortgage in probably 10 years in our business. And the reason being is we're tapped out. We can't legally get any more mortgages. So what we do is we either have to go to a hard money lender or a private lender who is not a bank. They're just a, you know, maybe a wealthy individual, and they invest in our home buying.
Mhm.
The problem is we pay them interest and we pay them what we call points, which is like a upfront cost just to secure the loan. So it gets it all technical and whatever. And then the third way we do it is we ask the sellers, we say, hey, why don't we, instead of us paying our private lenders money, why don't we pay you some money? And why don't you make money off of this? And it sounds like your situation would actually be really good for this, but you would have to tell me if I'm wrong. The house has been sitting there vacant for 3 years. You could have been making money on it that whole time.
Mhm.
But obviously you weren't quite ready, and you know you were using it for whatever reason. So
Mhm.
what I'm suggesting is, you know, maybe selling the property to us, naming the price that you'd like, and then we would name the terms that we would like, which would be a monthly payment that you collect. You don't collect it, we just send it to you every single month until the house is paid off or until we decide to refinance it out with another lender. That makes
Okay.
sense?
Yes, is that basically what he said? You would like put a down payment or something down and then
Right.
the rest of it, or would it be like just a rental fee that every month you would pay something?
It's kind of well, the rental fee would actually be your monthly payment. So we would be the new owner, and we would upgrade you to being the lender. So you would make money on the house while we own it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So it would be the Bank of Joyce, and Joyce would get a return every month, and it's just like a regular mortgage, right? On a regular mortgage, it just pays off over time. Over time, we would ultimately owe you zero, but we would make you a lot of payments along the way.
Uh-huh. Well, it sounds good. I mean, I thought of that, the other day when I was talking with him, that I could have been renting it out these 3 years if I had just moved my stuff out. But it was just, and you set deadlines, like it was December the first year, and then it became May.
Oh yeah.
A few months at a time, and before you know it, a year's gone by. And the same thing happens the next year, and it just became more convenient just to leave my stuff there than to actually move it out. Although I knew, eventually I'm going to have to, because I've got to think of my family. I'm getting older. I'm 60. I'm 60. I'll be 68 in July, and I'm thinking of uh, anything can happen to me, and I don't want my kids left with dealing with these things.
Yeah.
So
So can I go through a couple of things that you just mentioned, which are really good. So number one, you're on the board at the tribe, right?
I'm on the National Council.
Oh,
We're the
wow.
legislative body of the National Council.
That's a big deal.
Yes, it is a pretty big deal.
So a lot of our clients who sell their houses to us on terms, they have similar things going on, right? That real estate's not their main business. It's not what they focus on. And so for them to have a renter, which ultimately turns out to be just a headache and a problem all the time, where you're getting calls to fix and repair, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe they've got late payments. A lot of my renters, or our renters, when COVID hit, we had to continue to make our mortgage payments, even though our renters were not able to. So,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to deal with that stuff, and you can focus on the nice things. And I like to tell people that instead of you being a landlord, you should be a lender, because lenders don't get phone calls when toilets leak. Lenders don't get calls when a roof shingle is having a problem. It's not their responsibility. Their only responsibility is collecting a check every month.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is, let's say you are 68, you've got a long life to live ahead of you, but let's say that something happens where you get abducted by aliens or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your children would actually start collecting your payment on your behalf. So they would inherit the monthly payment, worst case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Uh-huh. Yes, it does.
So